Welcome to Moore School Stadium, the site of our Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. Tonight, the Deer Creek Antlers take on the Southmoore SaberCats. And hi again, everybody. I'm Steve Marshall. Dion Amade is alongside, and we are excited to be here. Even though there were some games last week, this truly is week one of the high school football season. And Dion, we've got a good matchup tonight. Deer Creek and Southmoore, both teams trying to better what they did last year.
Yeah, this is going to be a good contest. Both of these teams trying to have a bounce-back season. Although it's going to be a fun one, it's probably going to be a hot one.
No doubt about that. It is definitely going to be warm out here tonight. We've got a lot of players to take a look at. Let's take a look at some of the feature players. First off for Deer Creek, Daxton Byers.
Yes, sir. Daxton Byers is a big kid, okay? He went from 255 to 295 pounds from off-season, okay? He's already committed to the North Texas, plays a little offense, plays a little defense, defensive end at that, so he's got some speed. Look for him to do some good things tonight.
Also on the defensive side of the football tonight is going to be Corbin Padgett for the SaberCats.
Yeah, Corbin Padgett's also a two-way starter, okay? He plays linebacker, plays wide receiver. A smart kid, okay? Already picked up the new offense, was one of the catalysts, one of the leaders for this offense, trying to teach it to the young guys. So look for him to do some good things tonight as well.
All right, there's a look at the matchups for this evening. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups, and we'll kick it off right here. It's game time on YurView.
Game Time on YurView is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. Airco, the company you know. Tulsa Tech, for your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. And by Weoki Credit Union. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
Weoki's new money certificate rates are incredible. Transfer money from another institution to a Weoki 35-month certificate and receive 3.05 APY. Yes, that's over 3%. And get a $100 cash bonus for new CD amounts of $100,000 and greater. Open your certificate with new money at Weoki and start earning incredible rates. Federally insured, rate and bonus are for new money only. Other terms and limitations apply. Contact Weoki for details.
Were you a victim of a high-pressure or dishonest timeshare sales agent? Were you misled and confused with what you were buying? Did the timeshare fail to deliver what you were promised? Do you feel that you overpaid and just want out? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we can help. We're Timeshare Compliance. Our team can legally terminate your timeshare agreement, ending the payments forever. With one simple call, we can help end the financial suffering.
Call 800-862-8116. 800-862-8116.
Welcome back, everybody. Moore School Stadium. As you can see, the two teams are gathering at midfield as they will get together with our officials for this evening, decide who is going to kick and who is going to receive. A warm night here. Current conditions tell you that it's 94 degrees. We have clear skies. Thankfully, there is a bit of a breeze out of the south-southeast at 12 miles an hour. Relative humidity at 42%. And we are happy to bring you all the action tonight live here from Moore School Stadium. And as we mentioned in the open, Dion, we did have some games that were played last week. We got to see a dandy over in Fayetteville, Arkansas with Midwest City and Bentonville. And, of course, that was some of the zero-week games that were played. But this week it all begins in earnest. This is truly week number one, and we're ready for some high school football.
Yeah, definitely fun time to get it started and get underway.
There's a look at your referees for this evening. Ricky Hammer is your referee. Joe Oglesby the umpire. Brady Dukes is the head linesman. Michael Smallwood and Cameron Jordan round out the crew for this evening. You'll see some of the shadows as they're cast, as this is an east-west stadium. On the east side of Moore, Deer Creek will receive the opening kickoff. Both teams meet again together at midfield, and we're not too far away from kicking this thing off here on Thursday. There are other games, of course, throughout the state. We'll be keeping our eye on that. Of course, as far as this stadium is concerned, there's a big one here tomorrow night as well, the Moore War between the other schools from the Moore School District, the Moore Lions and the Westmoore Jaguars. But tonight, it's the Deer Creek Antlers and the Southmoore SaberCats. Both teams are ready to make their entrance onto the field as we get ready to start the game tonight. And here come the Deer Creek Antlers. Antlers, of course, Dion coming into the season, coming off a 4-6 year last year. They're in their second year under head coach Wade Stanley. This has been their third year in 6A2, and come to the SaberCats. Southmoore 0-10 on the season last year, trying to rebound, and I remember talking to Coach Stark over the summer telling me that they had no players that had any receptions that returned to the team last year. Now, they do have some of those guys, of course, that earned their grade last year, and they're ready to go and put forth a good game here this evening. Let's take a look at Dion's keys to the game.
Yes, sir. Got an opportunity to talk with both of these head coaches. And one thing that they mentioned, forced turnovers. Early in the season, offenses aren't really up to where they're going to be in mid-season form, so they want to get their offenses more opportunities to get the ball. Number 2, tackle well. That's one of the things that Southmoore's head coach, Coach Stark, mentioned. They got to tackle well in space. It's very important that they do that. And number 3, as you can see, it's going to be a hot one tonight, so they want to stay healthy, want to stay hydrated, make sure there's not a lot of kids out there cramping up. It's going to be very important.
All right, there's Jeremy Stark. He is the head coach for the Southmoore SaberCats as they retreat towards their sidelines, and we get ready for action here this evening.
Looks like we got a good crowd for a Thursday night football game, especially for week 1. Very excited, both of these communities ready to see their football teams get out and get some action.
Of course, we've got this game here this evening, as well as a few others across the state, and then we're also looking at some of the colleges starting. I know your alumni, Oklahoma State, is in action tonight. Best of luck to the Cowboys, as well as some others. NFL action going on tonight, and the Oklahoma Sooners kick it off on Saturday to open up the 2018 college football season. And everybody's been waiting all summer long for some football, and it's been trickling in with some of the games that we had last week. Good performance that you and I saw over in Bentonville, Arkansas, with Midwest City winning in overtime, Booker T. Washington falling by just a single point. Also, some of the bigger schools on the east side played last week, and we'll be watching for those teams again this week, as all the way through middle of November, the regular season will take us. Then we get into postseason football, and around these parts, folks like to be practicing football that Friday after Thanksgiving, because that means you've made it deep into postseason play.
Yeah, certainly one of the goals that you always look forward to, practicing and having some turkey.
POTD, practice on Thanksgiving Day. They like to always have that. We're all set to go. Hope you enjoy our broadcast here this evening. All set to kick it off for the Southmoore SaberCats is number 94, Cameron Little. He's a sophomore. 2 men deep for the Antlers. Good strong kick, and that's going to get well into the end zone, and they'll bring that out automatically to the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at the Antlers on offense and how they're going to line up for this evening. First up, the big guys up front. You have Keegan DeMario, Cole Kelly, Tyler Boykin, Aaron Corbin, and the aforementioned Daxton Byers up front for the Antlers. Wide receiver is Lamoris Davis. Axel Welch is your tight end. Your wide receivers are Will Michael, Randy Childers, and Paxton Gary is your running back. The quarterback is Jarrett Burright. He didn't get to see a whole lot of action last year because Hunter Freeze was an exceptional quarterback, and so he's asked to fill in this year for Deer Creek. First play from scrimmage, running play. That's going to get about 4 yards as they go up the gut. Hand off there to number 2, Lamoris Davis.
Yeah, Lamoris Davis, we saw a little bit of him last year as well. Looking for him to do some good things tonight.
And the SaberCats defensively, one of the big guys up front they'll be counting on is Brian Shamali, DJ Ware up front, along with Corey Callens, Elijah Brewer, Corbin Paget, Marico Harding, also Andre Bellows, Marshall Mack, and the rest of the defense for the SaberCats. Handoff right side. That's only going to be a pickup of about 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about 4. In on the tackle for Westmore, number 23, and that is Trent Kimmel.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Coach Starks mentioned to me. The linebackers were going to have to play well and do a good job running side to side. See number 23, Kimball, coming in and making a big tackle there early to start this contest from his defensive back position.
So third down. Call it 5. Quarterback draw straight up the middle, and that's going to be enough for a first down as Burright slips a tackle and then spins forward, finally taken down at the 34-yard line. That'll be enough for an Antler first down.
Yeah, good job offensively for Deer Creek, being kind of conservative early in this drive. 3 running plays. This one a smart one, a quarterback draw, does a good job selling the fake with the pump, and then stands back there calm, cool, and collective, and then gets the first down as he shows some elusiveness.
So a new set of downs. There's Jeremy Stark, the head coach for the SaberCats. Another running play. Flag flies in and then comes from the referee as well. From the back judge and also from the referee. And if you're going to guess, you're probably going to have to say that that is on the offense unless somebody got a hold of a face mask.
Yeah, I think there was some hands in there grabbing the face mask of number 2, Davis.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That'll be another first down for Deer Creek on this opening drive.
So always one of the things that we mentioned early in the season, playing a good, clean football game, limiting the penalties and trying to get out of here while not giving the offense too much extra yardage. Had a good start of that for the first 3 plays, but that 4th one, penalties on the flag.
Penalty takes it across midfield into Southmoore territory. Running play, going to get about 4 yards out to the 45-yard line. So early on, Dion, we're seeing some good push by the offensive line up front for Deer Creek.
Definitely doing a good job. You know how we like to do the math. All you need is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. That gets you a first down every time.
They'll give him 4 on that carry. There's a good look at Burright. Keeps it this time, but a good job defensively coming up and making the play. That's big number 99. That is Brian Shamali, 6 foot 265. He's a senior and one of the leaders on that defense.
Yeah, that's the guy you were mentioning early before this game started. We got to make sure we look out for Shamali, big number 99, and there he makes us aware of his presence early in the contest, coming up and making a big stop, making a long third down to go.
We've already played 2.5 minutes. 9:20 left to go here. Second down and long, first throwing attempt. Passes down the sideline, tipped around, incomplete. Couple shots at it, intended out there for number 12. That is Axel Welch. Got a hand on it, but just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, the first pass play of the game, I was wondering when we were going to actually see the ball thrown in the air. Would it be in 3rd and 8? Kind of forced their hand there to have to put the ball in the air, and they go for a straight go route to their tall wide receiver on the outside. Throws it a little bit behind him. He does a good job of attempting to go back and get the ball, but the cornerback's in a great position in his hip pocket and doesn't allow him to go back and make the reception.
4th and 9 coming up for Deer Creek. In punt formation is number 10, Dylan Diaz. Line of scrimmage is at the Southmoore 47-yard line. He gets off a high, short punt. It's going to hit dead and then take a Southmoore bounce, a big bounce. It's going to be a short kick to begin with. This is going to be a net of about 6 yards, as it's going to be stopped dead and spotted right there at the 36-yard line. As you take a look at the SaberCats on offense, this is how they'll set it up. Zach Wurtzberger up front, along with Austin Johns, Joshua Clay, and Braden Kellum. Zach Wurzenberger is at right tackle. Jaden Pennybaker, Trevor Ellenberger, Ty Bartley, Caleb Baker, and Jack Joyner. The offense for Southmoore. Their quarterback is Jaden Scott. He's a junior. He ran the offense last year, but they didn't have a whole lot of support. He's looking to have a much better year this year. And the first down carry is going to get about 4, close to 5 yards. On the carry for the SaberCats, number 32, that is Jaden Pennybaker. They list him at 5'10 and 190. The defense for Deer Creek, it's Reed Eaton and Xander Crawford, Johnson, Likes, Beers, Johnson and Johnson, Gary, Martin, Allen, and Diaz. And here's a play that's going to pick up some good yardage. No flags on the play. And coming up with the play for Southmoore. Number 9 with a nice gain there is Donovan Gaines. He's a Mr. Do-Everything for the SaberCats.
Yeah, started out at linebacker and now over there running that slot receiver. Just a simple 5 yards and out. Does a good job of breaking some tackles and getting up the field and getting that first down for this SaberCat team.
So Southmoore very quick in their approach. Their offensive coordinator is Ty Prestige. You might recognize the name as coach has had great success at Mustang, at Choctaw, among other stops. And he was brought in to run that offense this year. And it's something that he is going to run it until he gets it to work. There's no change in the offense. That's the one that he knows. And so far, early success, running play. Defender tried to rip it out, was unable to. It looks like he's going to fall forward and get a first down for Southmoore, who has an impressive opening drive so far.
Yes, Jaden Pennybaker is doing a good job on this opening drive. They've handed the ball to him like 3 different times, gaining positive yardage every time. But I did like to see that by Parker Johnson. One of our keys to the game was force some turnovers, doing a good job getting his hand in there and trying to get the ball out late.
At the Deer Creek 31-yard line, quick pass, complete. Far side, inside the 25-yard line. They're going to spot him down at about 23, 24-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 6 on the play, so they're getting it done.
Yeah, and that's our player to watch right there. Pageant over there getting the ball on the outside. You see what they're kind of doing. They're working sideline to sideline and then going up the middle. Try to stay consistent.
2nd down and 3. Big hole on the right side, but a great tackle pretty much in the open field. Coming up and making the stop, number 33. That's Ben Likes, a 5'9" senior for Deer Creek.
That's a big, big stop on 2nd down for this Deer Creek defense, making it a very difficult 4 yards to gain for this first down for the SaberCats.
And a flag comes out before they can get the play off. Thrown by the referee. Illegal procedure is the early indication.
Looks like it's going to be a false start by that offensive line. They moved a hair too soon.
Ball, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Stops the clock with 7 minutes and 1 second left to go here in a scoreless first quarter of play. That's Jeremy Stark. He's the head coach. He's been with Southmoore for just about the entire time since the school opened back in 2008. He's been the defensive coordinator, taking over as the head coach several years ago. Now looking at a 3rd down and 8. Scott dropping the throw, has time, flushed out of the pocket, and it's intercepted. He tried to throw a little shot put pass to his receiver, but the defense read it, and it's taken away. Big pickoff there by number 54, Reed Eden.
Yes, it was just going to be a simple running back screen. He didn't see anything downfield. He was looking for his check down, and it was the running back right here. You could see he was wide open when he initially saw it. They sent blitzers, so he was rushing the process. Didn't see the linebacker there, and he kind of picks it off and takes it a couple of yards. Good defensive stop for this Deer Creek defense.
So they'll spot it right at the 35-yard line. Southmoore moved the ball with relative ease, got a couple of first downs, but then some penalties drew them back, and then the turnover. And Deer Creek will take over 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Burright, handoff, Morris. Jukes his way through the line, big yardage across midfield, inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. Lamarus Davis on the carry, 5'8", 184. He's just a junior.
See, this is where you get into the nitty-gritty of football right here, okay? It's a change of possession. You got to get off the field on defense, and offensively, you got to capitalize on the mistake of the other offense. So look at this, Deer Creek getting up the field in a hurry, trying to put some points on the board after their defense does a good job of holding the SaberCat offense and getting them the football back.
28 yards on the play, 1st down, Deer Creek inside Southmoore territory, looking at a 1st and 10 with 6:05 left to go here in the first quarter. Fade, got a receiver downfield, and he's got it. Great touch on the football. And the reception made out there by number 41, Parker Johnson.
And that is an excellent reception over there for Parker Johnson. Look at the replay as he gets up there and climbs the ladder to get that pass. Excellent grab. We only saw them pass the ball that one time on the first drive. They go for it early this time, and look at him get up there. Almost a one-handed grab. What a play.
So that puts Deer Creek now deep into Southmoore territory at the 15-yard line. Hand off to Davis, hit in the backfield, eludes the tackler, still gets 2 yards on the play.
Number 2, Davis. Tackled by number 2, Corbin Paget.
So both teams got a couple of first downs in their first possession, but the big interception by Deer Creek and then a couple of a nice run, a nice pass play already has them deep inside Southmoore territory. Now looking at a 2nd down and 8 with 5:13 left to go. First quarter, no score here on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
That was a good tackle by Paget right there, getting behind the line of scrimmage.
Timeout.
Offensive player went sniffed him, gave him a stiff arm, but he was able to make the tackle.
All right, we're going to take a timeout as well with 5:06 left to go. Scoreless in the first quarter of play. We'll be right back with more for you in your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
SaberCats football for the 2018 season.
Game Time Keys to the Game are brought to you by Tulsa Tech. For your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. There are only a few days left to take advantage of 0% financing for 72 months, plus an extra $1,000 cash back across a great lineup of Ford SUVs. So hurry and save big on Ford, America's best-selling brand.
During the final days, get 0 for 72, plus 1,000 bonus cash on Escape, Explorer, and Edge. Hurry, offer ends September 4th at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Line for Deer Creek. They're knocking on the door with 5:06 left to go in a scoreless first quarter. Burright, the quarterback. Actually, that was Diaz taking the direct snap, and he's in a world of trouble. Good job defensively by the SaberCats coming up and making the play. Number 5, and that is Elijah Brewer.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to run a little wildcat formation, but he comes in there on the blitz and makes him pay for it out of his linebacker position. Puts him on the ground hard. Good job by him, forcing it to be a long 3rd down for this Deer Creek team.
Line of scrimmage was the 14. It's now the 21, so loss of 7 on the play. Looking at a 3rd and 16 now. Line of scrimmage at the 21-yard line. Twins to the right side. Burright pulls it down and now runs it. Has a little running room and a good job defensively. They tried to circle the back out of the backfield, but the linebacker went with him and read that play.
Yeah, good job by the linebacker on the screen pass, doing their job, following their assignment. I don't know, I thought the quarterback might have had an opportunity to pull the trigger on that slant right early, but he just holds on to it a little too long and then it's forced the field goal unit to come on the field.
Going to put the ball down at the 22 and a half, 23-yard line, making a 33-yard attempt. The kicker is number 16, Logan Ward. Try to put the Antlers on top here. Snap back, ball down, line drive kick. On the way, it is up, and it is good. So with 3:34 left to go here in the first quarter of play, the Deer Creek Antlers are on the board first as they get the 33-yard field goal there by Logan Ward to take the early 3-0 lead here on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. So a couple of big plays early. Looked like they were going to march right down the field, Dion, but a good job defensively by Southmoore to kind of raise up and stop them, hold them to a field goal.
Yeah, it kind of halted all the proceedings over there when Elijah Brewer came in from his linebacker spot. Blitz right up the middle, right in that A gap, put the quarterback very, very far back in the backfield, making it hard for them to convert a first down to get inside a position to score. Good job by offense, though, finding a rhythm, making some big plays, some big chunk plays down the field to get in position to put those 3 points on the board. Let's see if the SaberCat offense can come back from a mistake, early mistake, Got to forget that, have short-term memory, as they tell these position players to have, and go back and stomp down the field and try and get something done offensively for this Southmoore offense.
All right, coming up, we got a game for you tomorrow night as well. The Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week from Fayetteville, Arkansas. The Owasso Rams will be in Fayetteville to take on the Bulldogs. Our game time coverage begins at 7 in Northwest Arkansas. The game will be on channels 76 and 2076. In Oklahoma City and Tulsa, you can check out Owasso and Fayetteville on Channel 3. And, of course, that all got started by the nice defensive play as they got the interception by Eden. Then they had the 28-yard run by Davis, the 21-yard pass to Johnson. Then they got slowed a little bit as Southmoore rose up defensively. They did kick the field goal, 33-yarder by Logan Ward. With 3:34 left to go here in the first quarter, Deer Creek with the early lead, 3-0.
I mean, other than that interception, Southmoore had the offense going. It really did a good job of marching down the field, mixing in a lot of run pass. They stayed very balanced in that opening drive. Couple 5-yard outs, 10-yard outs, screen passes, and then zone reads to each side. Number 32 for this SaberCat offense, Jaden Pennybaker, was doing a good job getting positive yardage.
Ward with an onside kick, and nobody for Southmoore is over there. Deer Creek, and they've got it. What a great call. Everybody was retreating for Southmoore. Who came up with the football?
Yeah, that caught me off guard. I didn't know what they were doing. He trickled the ball down the field, and you can check out the replay right here. It's a great kick because he gets that one hopper down the field. There's nobody you can see in the vicinity of that 10 yards for Southmoore. And it looks like number 16 comes down with the football.
10.
No. Yes, 10.
10 coming down with the football. That's Dylan Diaz, the junior. 16 was the kicker, and like you said, you cannot kick it any better than that. Southmoore was in heavy retreat mode, and I don't even know if the SaberCat had opportunity to touch the football.
And you could see Coach Starks trying to tell his players before the kickoff took place to get up there and get huddled up before they spread out. It just didn't happen effectively.
Here comes the blitz, and Southmoore says, okay, we're going to play some tough football right there, and that is Elijah Brewer's second big play he's made tonight. Watch him come off the edge.
That's his second sack in just the first quarter. Look at him come off the edge screaming and puts the offense and the quarterback on the ground hard.
So the first play, sacked by Brewer. Burright dropping the throw, looks like a screen, it is. Pass is complete, gets away from the initial tacklers, now gets into the secondary. He's got first down yardage inside the 35 in SaberCat territory. Turned a little bit of nothing into something there, and that's Diaz again. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he has, doing some nifty running at that. Good job setting up the screen. I mean, the defense and the defensive line for Southmoore doesn't sniff it out at all. He does some nifty running, good side shuffle right there, and gets up the field and gets the first down.
2:41 now left to go here in this first quarter. Deer Creek leading it 3-0. They're on the march once again. Burright, handoff, Davis. Boy, he is a shifty running back. Gets away from the tackler at first and then is brought down. On the tackle there, number 9, that's Donovan Gaines.
Donovan Gaines is another one, along with Brewer. It has been all over the field defensively for this Southmoore defense early in the game.
So second down and 9. After the first down, the 18-yard screen pass to Diaz. Now a second and 9. Fakes the quick pass, tucks, runs it up the middle. Good tough run. And Deer Creek is really continuing to fight for the additional yardage, and they get it, and that's going to bring up a third down and short.
Burright just kept his feet moving throughout all that traffic and found his way to almost about a 6-yard gain. I did not expect that play to go that far.
Minute and 24 left to go in the first quarter. Third down and 2. And a timeout's going to be called on the field. What'd you see?
Yeah, it looked like they're going back to that wildcat formation. Diaz, number 10, was back there at quarterback. Tried to show you with the claw.
That was good. All right, we've got other stuff coming up. We remind you that this week on YurView's High School Football Recruiting Podcast, Over the Middle, to kick off the season number 2, Jeremy catches up with recruiting expert Max Olson, and the boys will run down Texas recruiting, SEC, Alabama, Georgia, and Jason Brown, just to name a few. All that and more on this week's episode of Over the Middle Podcast. You can check it out at yourview.com. Well, boy, you go back and Southmoore allowed a couple of first downs to Deer Creek on that first possession, and then the SaberCats moved the football, got a couple of first downs. Then they had the interception. Deer Creek takes it, drives, kicks a field goal, and then after that kicks the onside kick, which they recover. So they've had it to this point. So I want to say that Southmoore's only run 4 or 5 plays in this entire first quarter of play. Andy Casey's our stat man alongside. Glad to have him back for us for another year. Keeping all my numbers straight. 6 plays so far from scrimmage for Southmoore. Deer Creek has had far more than that. And right now looking at a 3rd down and 2 with the ball at the Southmoore 24-yard line.
Ball, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty.
That's going to be an automatic first down for Deer Creek to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, and that's kind of the second penalty early in this game that's cost this Southmoore team. Last one was that false start by the offensive line down here, moving the ball back and getting them out of, first down yardage. And this one over here puts Deer Creek in first down situation.
Burright again going to tuck it and run, but not this time because the defense is all over that. Caleb Baker in there along with Brian Shamali. That's him right there, number 99.
And number 91,
and the clock now ready to go, under 1 minute left to play here in this first quarter. 3-0, Deer Creek on top. Probably feel like they should have more points at this point in time, but Southmoore's defense has really gotten stingy when they needed to.
They really have, and they're playing very aggressive, especially early in this game. A lot of blitzing, the defensive line doing a great job using their hands and getting off blockers.
2nd down and 14. Run to the left side, cuts it back, dropped in his tracks at about the 24-yard line. Maybe got 2 or 3 on the carry, but nothing more.
Yeah, good job from the defensive end position. Camden Braden coming off the edge, staying flat, and then coming on from behind and pulling down Diaz.
They don't have to run another play if they choose not to here in this first quarter, and it looks as though they are going to choose that option. And the final seconds are going to tick off the clock here at Moore School Stadium. And after 1 quarter, it is Deer Creek on top. They have the football. They're marching. They lead Southmoore 3-0 on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
Deer Creek 3, Southmoore 0.
Weoki's new money certificate rates are incredible. Transfer money from another institution to a Weoki 35-month certificate and receive 3.05 APY. Yes, that's over 3%. And get a $100 cash bonus for new CD amounts of $100,000 and greater. Open your certificate with new money at Weoki and start earning incredible rates. Federally insured, rate and bonus are for new money only. Other terms and limitations apply. Contact Weoki for details.
Why do people need a generator?
When Oklahoma weather causes the power to go out, you could be left in the dark.
Keep your home comfortable and your lights on thanks to a new generator installed by Airco.
And right now, you can save big on a new Kohler generator.
Call Airco Service today.
The company you know.
Thank goodness we weren't home. I mean, who knows what would have happened?
In your home, you should always feel protected. Call now to receive a complete home security system, including monitoring, starting at just $27.99 per month. Get the protection you deserve with 24/7 fast response. The next 25 orders receive a $100 Visa gift card. Call now to receive this complete home security system and your $100 Visa gift card. Don't delay. Call now.
No one thinks about their water heater until it fails.
At that point, you have a huge mess on your hands with water damage everywhere.
A planned water heater replacement can save you a lot of trouble.
Right now, you can save big on a new high-efficiency water heater.
Call Airco Service,
the company you know.
First quarter of play, and Deer Creek has the best of it. 3-0 is the score, although they've run 17 plays to just 6 for Southmoore, and the Antlers still have the football, still marching. Looking at a 3rd down and 14. They need to get to the inside the 10 for another first down, and they've got a big hole left side. Burwright's going to take it in and score. No flags in the play.
Touchdown, Deer Creek.
Quarterback draw. Almost looked as that was designed all the way, Dion.
And I've been telling you throughout that commercial break, both of these teams are doing a great job of running the football, especially early in this game. And look at this, right after the fourth quarter and start the second quarter, the great way of getting up the field and getting in the end zone. Good job by the quarterback, number 5, Jarrett Burwright.
So Burwright takes it in for the touchdown and in for the extra point is number 16, Logan Ward. He's already kicked one field goal proof, snap back, ball down, kick is on the way, and it is good as well. So the very first play of the second quarter, and Burwright runs it in, quarterback draw to the left side, 16 yards on the play, and Deer Creek now has the lead, 10-0. Watch.
Yeah, take a look at it again. Quarterback draw does a good job holding the fake, giving the defense a slight chance to hesitate, finds the hole, and uses the speed to get up the field. He's excited about that, and I'm pretty sure his teammates are too.
So the very first play of the second quarter, and Jeremy Stark wants the football back after they got it the first time through the interception. Then Deer Creek scored. Then Deer Creek had the onside kick, recovered it, took it down, and scored again. So now the play differential is 18-6 in favor of Deer Creek. More importantly, the scoreboard shows that Deer Creek is on top 10-0 here on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers game of the week. There you can see the coaching staff trying to coach them up here a little bit. And with the, game time temperature was 94 degrees, and as much as Southmore's been out there defensively, you can bet they're looking for a break. 7 plays, 53 yards. Burwright, that was a 24-yard touchdown run to make it 10-0.
And I'm telling you, other than that one interception by Southmoore, both of these offenses have been running the ball effectively, and not only that, executing their game plan effectively, doing a good job for Southmoore going sideline to sideline, being balanced, and then offensively for Deer Creek, you can see they really want to run the football. They're going to pass the ball when they have to, but they really want to make a statement and run the football, especially in this game.
They're doing it so far with Lamoris Davis picking up some good yardage, and then Burwright on that run. They have completed a pass when needed to, when they completed one to Johnson for 21 yards. Here's the short onside kick, and it's fumbled. And I believe Deer Creek's got it back right into the arms of number 4, Angelo Clark. Wow, what a start for Deer Creek.
Deer Creek is doing some tricky things over here on the kicking game, making sure they get every opportunity that they can to get their offense back on the field. You could see it right there. It was just a high kick. Number 3 running up to make a play on it. And as you know, when you're in full momentum is going forward like that, it's hard to catch a ball floating in the air like that. Good job by number 4, Angelo Clark, to come down with it and get this offense another crack at putting some points on the board.
No rest for the Southmoore defense, and there you can see a perplexed Jeremy Stark right now as nothing is going the SaberCats' way, and trying to get his defense some rest right at the top of that list. Looks like somebody missed an assignment, but Burwright's going to keep it left side and still pick up about 4 or 5 yards, and with the handoff to somebody, nobody was there. And he was finally brought down there by number 70, Tyler, or number 74, Southmoore. That's DJ Ware. So there's a discussion on the field. Did you see a flag?
I did not see any laundry on the field.
So we shall play on. Just underway, still 11:18 left to go. We've only played 40 seconds or so in this second quarter. Handoff straight up the middle. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe another yard, and then he's driven back there by the Southmoore defense.
Yeah, and that looked like Pageant had the first contact. Good job, good sportsmanship, helping Diaz up. Linebacker core for this SaberCat team is doing a good job early, especially between the tackles.
So Deer Creek starting this drive at the Southmoore 38-yard line. This is their fourth possession. You know, usually your possessions are just one apart. Somebody usually has one over the other, but right now Deer Creek with their fourth possession, and Southmoore's had one.
Well, when you have two onside kicks that go your way, you can see how you kind of get a leg up on the possession.
Yeah, Southmoore's got to be telling their guys, come on, ride this storm out, and then you know we're going to be able to really gain some momentum. Running play straight ahead, that's not going to get anywhere. Good job there defensively coming up, making the play, number 88, Mariko Harding. That's going to bring up a fourth down situation at the SaberCats 35-yard line. Fourth down and about 7.
It looks like the punt team's going to come on for Deer Creek.
You think? With what they pulled off here so far, one does not know what to expect.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a fake punt.
And we've got a whistle and a timeout taken by Deer Creek.
Timeout, Deer Creek.
Deer Creek.
And
second charge timeout.
Honestly, I haven't been surprised all game of what's been going on. The new special teams coordinator is a good friend and former teammate of mine, Kyle Hell. And I remember our safety coach back at OSU, Coach Joe DeForest, was also the special teams coach. So we learned a lot about special teams being in his meeting room, and Kyle's kind of taking it over here. So Coach DeForest was known to do some spectacular things early in the season to kind of get teams watching film and having to practice that, and I think that's the same thing that Kyle's doing over here.
That's working for him so far. I think that's him right there in between the players, correct?
Yes, sir. That's Mr. Kyle Hell right there. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, coming up next week, we have the Backyard Bowl. Jenks and Union. Nehi St. Moore, they're going to hook up again at Tulsa's Chapman Stadium. Game time on YurView will be 7 o'clock. Be sure to check out the Backyard Bowl next Friday night right here on YurView Channel 3. And for the first time, well, I think since maybe BC somewhere, Jenks or Union did not win the state championship last year, as Owasso won it. First time somebody other than Jenks or Union has won it since 1995. That was Midwest City, the team that we covered last week over in Bentonville, Arkansas. So now they decide to go for it. And going to get the sack on the play. Good job defensively. Shamali is there again, and also getting some help there from number 91, Corey Callens, 6'1", 255, and a junior. Good pressure, good push there by that Southmoore defensive front.
And that was the break that Southmoore needed right there, doing a good job of getting a stop on a fourth down. Let's try and see if they can take this momentum and go down there and get some points on the board. It's kind of getting scary for them just a second ago. Looked like Deer Creek was going to try and put this one away and out of hand early.
Well, right now you have to be a little shaky if you're Southmoore. You want to make sure that you don't fumble the kick here. They want to get that offense back on the field. They had the second possession of the ball game and have not been able to run a play offensively since. And we have 9:41 left to go before halftime.
Yeah, that's going to be a concern throughout the ball game.
Of course, that was fourth down, so they took over on possession. So
timeout. Southmoore. Second charge
Southmoore
timeout.
took a timeout as they didn't like the way that they were set up. So the SaberCats have taken over. Jeremy Stark once again. Line of scrimmage, their own 40-yard line. So rather than waste a play and waste a down, they decided, hey, let's take a timeout. Let's make sure we know what we're doing, understand Things could be a lot worse than 10-0 right now, too.
Especially the way that the offense for Deer Creek is operating, doing a good job getting first downs and methodically moving the ball down the field. Could definitely be 21 right now instead of this 10 that they're looking at.
Don't forget at our halftime show, we'll be taking a look at some highlights from this first half, also look at the numbers, and try to check some scores from games being played around the state. The crosstown clash is going on just down Highway 35, Norman and Norman North playing at Gaylord Memorial Stadium. And now the SaberCats back on the field. 1st and 10 from their own 40. Scott pitches to the running back. That's going to get about a yard and nothing more. Number 32 on the carry, that's Penny Baker. A little Utah-type pass.
Looks like they're trying to run an up-tempo offense now.
Sun is pretty well set for the evening. Going deep, shows off his arm. Got a receiver out there. He's got it. Long pass, long touchdown. SaberCats answer back. Number 30, Caden Easterwood. What a throw.
And he can pass.
Wow.
Did you see the way that ball flew off his arm and got to the receiver? The distance, the distance. Look at it again. Patient in the pocket and just the flick of the wrist. Looking like Michael Vick back there, and a long touchdown pass and a great reception, great concentration by Easterwood over there. Man, what a pass.
59 yards on the pass play. Jaden Scott hooking up out there with big number 30, Caden Easterwood, 6 foot 185, and he got behind the secondary and he was gone. And just like that, it's a 3-point ball game, even though statistically, number-wise, Deer Creek has dominated to this point. Clock stopped, 9:08. Here's a look at that throw once again.
Look at the pass, Steve. It looked like just with ease, getting the ball down the field, 59 yards for the touchdown. Now that's how you take that momentum from a 4th down stop and turn it into points on the board.
I mean, he didn't look like he put much into it.
And he can pass.
Wow. Jeremy Stark has a different expression on his face right now.
It looks like he's more relieved.
Yeah, there's a big smile. Yeah, I just can't get over how far that ball went, and it's not like he even had to.
It looked so fluid.
Oh my gosh.
It looked with ease, just flick of the wrist, bam, touchdown.
That was impressive. Extra point is good. 10-7, Deer Creek on top. With 9:08 left to go before halftime, we got ourselves a ball game.
We sure do. Now, this is where you have to be cautious, okay? Deer Creek, make sure they don't try to return the favor to you with all those onside kicks. Got to be aware of the situation that you're looking at. You put them in, and especially that offensive coordinator, in a bad predicament. He might be trying to say, oh, you can do one, we can do one too.
Yeah, well, it looked like it was a slow scoring ball game at 3-0 early. Looks like this might turn into a scoring fest. The deep men for Deer Creek, number 3, Elijah Allen, and number 10, Dylan Diaz. As we mentioned, the sun has set on the field this evening, so a lot more comfortable out there than it was pregame and in that first quarter of play. Line drive, kick, powerful kick. And did it cross the goal line? It did not. Got a lot behind it.
Goes out of bounds.
But it does go out of bounds. And Deer Creek will see what they're going to do here.
Deer Creek will begin on the 35-yard line.
And I still can't get over that
Southmoore
pass,
Gold
Steve.
Club would like to thank
I mean, it was a 59-yard play, and he probably ran it in from what, the final
St. Andrews Methodist
15?
Church and All-American
I was going to say
Pizza
15 yards,
for their
maybe.
support of SaberCat football for the
It's
2018
40 yards in the air without much effort. Probably would have beat me in my old punt, pass, and kick that days.
Yeah, I don't think you got anything on Jaden Scott.
Oh, but I got a story. You remember story time.
Oh, story time. I love it dearly.
All right, so Deer Creek will take over now at their own 35-yard line. 9:08 left to go here in this first half. Antlers lead it 10-7. Burright Handoff Diaz trying to get to the corner. Great pursuit by Deer Creek, and they're going to throw him down for a loss on the play. Southmoore, if nothing else, showing a lot of speed on defense.
A lot of speed. There's no getting on the outside of this defense. You got Donovan Gaines over there.
That's when it's kind of a nice scoring drive. You get a 1-yard gain, and then, let's just throw it down 59 yards for a touchdown.
Everybody ain't able. Everybody ain't able.
So it looks like we're going to have a penalty on top of the loss on the play. I didn't see what it was. At first I was a little leery that he might have grabbed him around
the collar.
Yeah. But it's marked off against Deer Creek. Holding was the call on the play. So now, first down and 24 for the Antlers. Pass to the near side, caught as he's losing his balance and going down, and then tackled immediately. Good job there by number 23, Trent Kimmel.
Yeah, Kimmel's made a couple plays on defense. Looking pretty good over there on the outside, coming from his safety position. Just a simple 5-yard out.
Only got 2 yards on the play. He wrapped up.
Yeah, good job.
A big pet peeve is guys just trying to block people down, and he wrapped up, and I like to see that. Good job, Mr. Kimmel.
Hey, I like it. I'm not bad at it. Tell him to be quiet. Number 23 is here.
Burright dropping the throw, pressured, steps up in the pocket. Now he launches a long one, got a receiver. Intended out there for Diaz, but incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Now we do have another flag in the play, so hold on.
Personal foul. Roughing
the passer against Southmoore. And that will be a automatic first down, I believe.
Starting to see a lot of penalties stack up here as it gets later and later in this second quarter. Those costly penalties that you cannot do. Looks like Coach Starks is coming out to argue the call. Doesn't agree with it.
So Burright taking the brunt of the defense that time a little after he had let the ball go.
Came up a little gimpy too.
I was watching downfield, so I didn't see it.
I was doing the same.
So automatic first down on the play with 7:58 left to go here in the first half. Deer Creek leading it 10-7. Fake the running play, draws it back. Burright on the run. He's going to get to the sidelines. And he's going to get about 2-3 yards perhaps to about the Deer Creek 40-yard line. Into the tackle, once again, Elijah Brewer. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he was trying to get to that sideline fast, but he could not get there before Mr. Elijah come down on him. It looks like Burright's taking an early exit. Southmoore's defensive line has pretty much been living in that backfield, especially after those first 3 offensive drives. They got a little water and got their wind back. They're making them pay right now.
Running play. The quarterback taking over right now is Gavin Hauska, number 6. Hauska, a 6-foot, 180-pound sophomore. And there's that man again, Donovan Gaines.
They finish every tackle, Steve. This is not a defense that just gets you by your ankles or slings you down. And there's 3 or 4 Southmoore SaberCats at the ball every time they finish the play.
Now from their own 42-yard line, looking at a 3rd down and 5. Hauska's still in at quarterback. Takes the snap, drops, throws left side, trying to go downfield. Good coverage there as the defender just got in front of the receiver. The receiver was trying to push his way through, but good coverage out there by number 30 for the SaberCats, Caden Easterwood.
Yeah, interesting call for Deer Creek. Got the quarterback, Hauska, in the ball game, and they first couple of snaps, they tell a receiver go deep and try and convert that first down. Just doesn't connect with him.
So it looks like a punting situation for Deer Creek from their own 42-yard line. Snap is back. Kick is away. good kick. Going to hit it about the 16-yard line and stops dead there, and that's where the SaberCats will put it in play. 6:57 left to go in our first half. Deer Creek holds a lead of 10-7, but the SaberCats have the football. And last time they had the football, it was 2 plays and out, man.
2 plays and out. Hit them with a bang, bang.
is Oklahoma's premier source for orthopedic and sports medicine treatment, meeting the orthopedic needs of Moore, Norman, Oklahoma City, and Edmond. Don't let an injury make you
And remember, this week on YurView's high school football recruiting podcast, Over the Middle, Jeremy Crabtree catches up with recruiting expert Mac Olson, and the boys are going to run down Texas recruiting, SEC, Alabama, Georgia Bulldogs, and Jason Brown, just to name a few. Quarterback Scott, handoff, backfield, hit in the backfield, drop, no gain on the play. Good job defensively by the Antlers.
Yeah, and Penny Baker again with the handoff. Almost didn't get that one cleanly. You could see he kind of bobbled it before he got to the line of scrimmage. Luckily for him, he was able to hang on.
Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, so now a 2nd down and 10. Pass downfield, too tall. Intended out there for number 33, Rodney Wilson. They took the right guard and tackle and brought them around to the left side. Then the quarterback booted out to the right, trying a little misdirection over there. It looked like the defense read it pretty well.
Yeah, because Deer Creek had some people in the backfield chasing down Scott. He just put a little too much mustard on that pass and sailed over the head of the intended receiver.
Scott looking to throw, going deep once again. Receiver waits on the football, and he's got it. Pass is complete. That's a 1st down and then some. Donovan Gaines.
Dropping dimes, dropping dimes. Jaden Scott dropping dimes. Take a look at the replay. Just effortlessly puts the ball in the air. A little bit behind the receiver, Donovan Gaines, but he comes back and makes the reception. Nice play and a nice chunk of yards for this Southmoore offense.
40-yard gain on the play. And another big throw by Scott. He's just a junior, if you're wondering. Now, last year, again, pressed into service, he was only 53 of 129, 453 yards. He threw 2 touchdowns all last year and had 7 interceptions as he was really learning the position from the summer. It wasn't like he had a year to prepare for it, as they had a quarterback leave and 6 other players that ended up leaving Southmoore, going to other neighboring schools. And Scott is showing what a year spent in practice can do as he completes the pass here on the near side. Out of bounds, that's going to be close to a 10-yard pickup. Looks like they're going to move the chains, and that will be enough for a 1st down.
Okay, now Scott's just showing off. Look at this pass from the other hash mark. The other hash mark. It's a little wobbly, but it gets there, and it gets there in a hurry, and allows number 17, Trevor Ingerbrook, to have a good shot at getting up there and getting the 1st time down.
Oh, Scott lost the football. Did he get it back? Fight for it. No indication from Deer Creek, which usually means that the quarterback was able to get back on top of it. Lost it, tried to pick it up again, and then lost it again, as you often see happen. A lot of time coaches tell you, don't worry about getting it back up and trying to make some spectacular play. Just make sure you get it back. He was able to get it back, but a big loss on the play.
Yeah, 15-yard loss. Just seemed like the snap just rolled on the ground and didn't get it any air underneath that.
2nd and long, and flags come out again, and this is going to be against.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Against Southmoore in the false start. So now things are slowing just a bit here. Ball moved back all the way to the 45-yard line. This is going to be 2nd and about a 1/4 mile.
This is where you got to start asking yourself, is the fatigue setting in? I mean, 1st game of the season, late in the 2nd quarter. Are they getting tired, and because of that, are they making mental mistakes?
4:34 to play. Scott drops back, looks to throw, then throws off of his back foot and more or less throws it away. Not a bad decision there.
Pass is incomplete.
So we do have another flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
They're going to call intentional grounding on that?
Intentional grounding. Offense. Loss of down. Third.
It seemed like there was a receiver that was just maybe 10, 20 yards downfield. If I'm the coach, I'm not going to fault him on that play as I saw it. He's getting an explanation there from our umpire tonight. These guys, of course, have seen games. That is Joe Oglesby. And now 3rd down and 40. Scott on a draw play. It took a while to develop and is only going to get a yard. So that'll bring up 4th down in a likely punting situation for the SaberCats as the clock ticks by with 4:14 left to go here in halftime.
Tackle made by 41, Parker Johnson, 52, Xander Crawford.
So Deer Creek is able to withstand. We've seen a little bit of everything. Deer Creek dominated for a while. Certainly their defense with the interception, their kick team recovering an onside kick and recovering another kickoff. It was a great punt. He got into that one, gave it a ride. A huge bounce from the 30 all the way down to about the 7-yard line.
Punt rolls inside.
58-yard punt. 10-7, Deer Creek on top of Southmoore. We'll take a timeout and be right back here on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Are you drowning in debt? Struggling just to make minimum payments? It's not your fault. Serious debt can happen to anyone, but there is hope. Our debt-free program has helped thousands of good people just like you eliminate their credit card debt. Call us today and we will dramatically reduce your credit card debt down to just a fraction of what you owe. The call is free. The consultation is free. Take control of your credit debt. Take control of your life again. Call now to see how our debt-free program can work for you.
Call 800-455-8260.
Game Time Keys to the Game are brought to you by Tulsa Tech. For your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
Welcome back to Morris School Stadium. We've got 3:37 left to go here before halftime. Seen an awful lot of action for the score to be only 10-7. And right now, Deer Creek is going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line. Deer Creek got a field goal, then a touchdown to race out to a 10-0 lead, but Jaden Scott on a 59-yard pass to Easterwood made it 10-7, and that's where we stand right now. Running play goes nowhere. Brian Shamali is in there once again, big number 99.
Man, we got to give it up for this defensive line of Southmoore. They've held strong, especially with the start of this second quarter. Deer Creek hasn't had much success running the ball other than that first play from scrimmage in the second quarter when they got in there, and got the touchdown. But other than that, they haven't got anything.
Clock rolling right at the 3-minute mark now. Fakes the running play, pulls it out, and then rolls left, looking to throw downfield. Gets the pass off, had a receiver that was open, but just overshot him. Intended out there for number 87, Randy Childers. Senior wide receiver. Got behind the secondary, was open, but pass was just a little too strong. That'll bring up a 3rd down. Clock stops with 2:50 to play.
Yeah, normally they tell those quarterbacks do not throw across your body, but seemed like that was his best option right there. Just couldn't get it to him.
So 10-7 our score. Deer Creek leading it. They have the football, looking at a 3rd and 10 from their own 8-yard line as Burright throws deep downfield, has a receiver just off his fingertips.
Pass is incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Attempting to hook up out there with Paxton Gary, another senior wide receiver. That's one of those that maybe just a little bit beyond his outstretched hands. So you take another look. Good throw by Burright. Good tight spiral downfield. And Had it for a second, just right through the fingertips and incomplete, and that'll bring up a very big fourth down in dangerous territory, Dion.
Yes, sir. But those pass plays like that, especially deep down the field, is something you're going to see early on in the season. Quarterbacks and wide receivers aren't going to really have that timing and the communication down yet, but during the end of the season, you'll see it.
Just does get the punt away. It's a good punt. Fumbled and right into the arms again of Deer Creek, and it's the same guy, Angelo Clark, on the cover team. Bobbled by the return man for the SaberCats. Watch again, and right into the hands of Angelo Clark.
They're going to change Angelo Clark's name to Johnny, Mr. Johnny on the spot, because he has two, not one, but two fumble recoveries early in this game.
And he's going to get your special teams game ball, I can promise you that.
I know Kyle's going to be happy about that one.
That was a great punt, too. I mean, he was good 5-6 yards deep in his own end zone, got it out to about the midfield stripe on the fly.
And under pressure, too. Got to remember where they were on the field, kind of in the end zone. They were coming down and trying to block that punt, and he does it under pressure and puts a good leg behind it.
So an interception on a turnover, and then 3 turnovers on the special teams, if you consider an onside kick a turnover. And then 2 fumble recoveries off of other kicks. Deer Creek with the football. Burright's going to run it left side. Still running it, has first down yardage as he gets inside the 40-yard line. In Southmoore territory, all the way down to the 38. 2:29 left to go as they stop the clock here in the second quarter.
And Deer Creek really needs to take advantage of having this defense out here for another consecutive drive. Attack them when they're a little tired, a little fatigued, and try and get some points on the board.
Restart the clock now as it gets under 2:15 left to go in this first half of play. Back and forth we have gone. Burright. Pump fake, now throws deep left side. He and the receiver not quite on the same page, and the pass goes incomplete, stops the clock with 2:03 left to go here. 10-7 our score. Deer Creek scoring on their second possession, then recovering the onside kick after the field goal, and then marching down the field and making it 10-0. But Southmoore was able to answer back, get the long touchdown pass, and that's where we stand right now. 10-7 Antlers on top. Looking at a second down and 10, and whistles and flags come out on the field. Referee Ricky Hammer says
encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty.
It's another
Second down.
encroachment penalty against Southmoore.
Another telltale sign of being tired, being a little fatigued, not knowing where you are on the field.
So now looking at a second down and 5. Line of scrimmage, the Southmoore 33-yard line. Burright straight ahead to Morris. Hit down after a gain of 2 on the play. Both teams have 1 timeout remaining. Clock is running to the minute 48 left to go.
Gaines brings up third down.
And coming up at the intermission, we'll have a look at some of the highlights, the stats, also a performance by the Southmoore band, and also the band director and drum majors and all that goes along with high school football. Here's an all-out blitz by the SaberCats. Burright nowhere to go, losing yardage all the way back to the 38-yard line. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 10 now as the clock continues to run. Neither team stopping it just yet.
Brings up 4th down.
And the clock will continue to roll as we go under 1 minute left to go here in this first half.
Logan Ward back to punt. Marshall Mack back for the SaberCats.
Logan Ward is the punter. He's shown that he's a good kicker tonight. Extra point. 33-yard field goal, executed the onside kick perfectly.
Deer Creek.
Deer Creek is going to take a timeout. 44 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. We're looking at two teams that are in 6A. Here's your rankings in 6A1. Of course, you got those four east side schools, Broken Arrow up there, Owasso, the defending champion, then Union, then Jenks. And then you look at all the west side schools, Westmore, Edmond Santa Fe, Norman North, Mustang, Putnam North, and then Yukon. Broken Arrow, of course, beating Union last week. That's why Union's up there with an 0-1 record. So you can see, for the most part, you had half the teams that did play last week and the other half that did not play in those 0-week games. That's 6A1. Of course, Deer Creek resides in Class 6A2. And they're down a little bit as far as 6A2, where you're going to see teams like Midwest City, Booker T. Washington. Also, Lawton is always up there, the same old schools. Choctaw is the team that bears watching, as well as these Deer Creek Antlers in 6A2 this year. Punting situation is Ward angles for the corner. Ends up going into the end zone. And the clock shows 38 seconds remaining here. Deer Creek is out of timeouts. Southmoore does have one. And again, it's not to go unnoticed that Ty Prestige is the new offensive coordinator for Southmoore, and he is a guy that is known for trying to get the ball into the end zone, whether there's 3 minutes, I almost said 3 minutes and 80 seconds, 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the scoreboard, or just 38 seconds on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and he has the athletes to do it too. I mean, we just saw two big passing plays. If I was this Deer Creek defense, I would be playing my prevent defense, maybe a cover two, get some depth by the safeties, protect the deep pass.
They are lined up in the prevent formation, as you would have suggested. Scott now just trying to run for some yardage, and he's going to skip out of bounds. No gain on the play, 7 seconds off the clock. Now 31 seconds left to go here.
Yeah, good job by Jaden Scott, though, breaking some tackles and being able to get out of bounds and save some time.
See if they want to try anything here on this second down play. Ball is still right there at the 20-yard line. Scott from the shotgun. Takes the snap, quarterback draw. Hit in the backfield. He's going to lose 2 yards on the play. And I might guess here that neither Deer Creek out of timeouts and Southmoore may feel that they're pretty well off where they are, given the disparity in the numbers, number of first downs, so on and so forth. Clock is ticking down. Scott is walking away from the football, and looks like that'll be the final play of our first half. Well, Deer Creek got off to a 10-0 lead. Southmoore answered back with a long touchdown pass, and that's where we stand at the halftime intermission, with the Antlers on top of the SaberCats by a score of 10-7. We'll check some of the highlights in that first half, of course, take a look at the numbers, see what they bear out, and also try to take a peek at some of the other scores on games that are going on around the state. Obviously, it is a Hawaiian night for the student section here, as everybody is returning from their summer vacation, just in the nick of time for some football here at Moore School Stadium. 10-7 is our score. Deer Creek on top of Southmoore. It is your Oklahoma Ford Dealers game of the week. It's game time on YurView. Let's go down to the sidelines now. Once again, here's our own Dion Amade.
Coach did some good things in that first half, especially on special teams. How do you think your team performed?
Well, you know, we were able to create some turnovers, make some things happen. We've got to be able to go out and consistently move the football. We've got to get our running game going, which will open up things a little bit, but we've got to be more consistent offensively and just keep going.
What are you going to tell the kids in there in halftime?
Keep fighting, man. We just got to get after it.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Dion, thank you very much. We'll take a time, or matter of fact, let's take a look at the dance team here as they're going to perform for us. So I'll step aside and let you enjoy the Southmoore girls here at half.
The team captain, Katherine Jackson, was also honored with the top All-American Award for the entire camp. The squad also continues the legacy of bringing home a bid to nationals in Orlando, Florida. Southmoore Palm would like to say thank you to everyone who supports and sponsors the squad, and they look forward to representing the student body as they cheer for the Southmoore SaberCats. Squad members are senior captains Avery Pierce and Catherine Jackson. Seniors, Sydney Bailey and Allie Stevens. Juniors, Meredith Ebry, Alyssa Rogers, Claire Dooling, and Lindsay Mendenhall. Sophomores, Callie Coleman, Maddie Shaw, Vivian Taylor, and Kaya Tate. Freshmen, Elena Kidd, Whitney Pierce, and Kennedy Willis. Coaches, LaDonna Hunter and Emily Crandall. Choreographer, Kelsey Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, the Southmoore SaberCat Palm Squad.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it, screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero did his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. The system broken, schools closed, the prison's open. We ain't got nothing to lose, everybody we rollin'. Huh? Everybody we rollin'. With some light-skinned girls and some Kelly Rollins. In this white man's world, we the ones chosen. So good night, crew world, I see you in the morning. Huh? I see you in the morning. This is way too much, I need a moment. No one man should have all that power.
The Southmoore
We'll
SaberCat
take a
Palm.
timeout, continue our coverage of the Oklahoma Ford Dealers game of the week. It's Deer Creek on top of Southmoore by a score of 10-7.
The Gigablast halftime show, powered by Cox, is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. Airco, the company you know. Tulsa Tech, for your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. And by Weoki Credit Union. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
Good morning, Bella.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
Yeah. 5 little monkeys.
Yay, Bella!
Hold still. Almost done.
Oh, Bella, I really love playing with you.
Thanks, Grandma. I really like our visits.
Whatever tech tomorrow dreams up, you'll be ready with GigaBlast. Future speed internet is...
Ladies, have you noticed your earrings aren't sitting upright where they should? Introducing Magic Backs, the must-have beauty breakthrough designed to instantly lift and support your earrings so they sit upright where they should. Just replace any earring back with Magic Backs. The secret is the Easy Lift heart-shaped design that securely supports your earring against your earlobe. Slide Magic Backs onto any earring post. They'll instantly sit more upright, feel more secure, and look more beautiful. Magic Backs works on any post, even dangly earrings. They keep heavy earrings from drooping, but they also keep little studs lifted. Magic Backs works on anyone, any age, any post earring, any shaped ear. Make all your earrings look better with Magic Backs for as low as $19.99. Call right now and we'll send you a second pair absolutely free. We'll also send a storage case. That's 4 Magic Backs and storage case for as low as $19.99. So call or go online now.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Now let's join the sophomore cheer squad as they perform here at our halftime intermission.
your Southmoore SaberCats cheer squad. Entitled Second Star from the Right.
Welcome back, everybody, at our halftime intermission here. And we're getting ready to watch our marching band perform here at the halftime intermission. This is the SaberCat Marching Band under the direction of band director Adam Muhorter. Also, they're going to be performing the Second Star from the Right. The drum majors are Cole Tarvin, Maddie Pruitt, and Josh Yoder.
The Southmoore SaberCats Marching Band.
And welcome back to our halftime show that is wrapping up right now. We'll still hear from the coaches. Also take a look at those highlights and stats from the first half of play. That was the Southmoore Marching Band under the direction of Adam Muhorter. Drum majors were Cole Tarvin and Maddie Pruitt and Josh Yoder. And we're waiting for what's become a yearly event and a weekly event whenever we have our Oklahoma Ford Dealers High School Game of the Week, and that is the Weoki Kick for Cash. And we should be having that here just any second now, as we'll allow our public address announcer to step in and take over there. So we'll We'll pass it over to the public address announcer and let him take it away.
All right, guys, it's our 6th season of the Weoki Kick for Cash. I'm standing here with my man, Sam Ellis. Got Chris over here from Weoki. He's got his holder, his own personal holder. Bandis, Leslie, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, you ready?
Kind of nervous, but yeah, let's do it.
All right, set up, let's get it going. Now, this is a smart guy, okay? He brought his own holder. He didn't go for the normal tee. He got his own holder. Heard they've been practicing. Chris, how do you think they're gonna do?
Sam's shoelaces, Ellis has got it.
He's got it.
He's got it right here. He's got it.
We believe in you over here, Sam. We believe. Let's go. Oh, and it just goes off the side of the foot. It just goes off the side. Oh, let's talk real quick, guys. It went off the side of the foot. I know it was a heartbreaker, but Chris, what do you have for him?
Hey, man, we got $50 for you. There you go. Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for coming out, man.
Everybody comes out a winner here with Weoki. Thank you, guys. Back to you, Steve.
Special anniversary.
Time score, it's Deer Creek on top of Southmoore. We'll continue with our action here this evening. More coming up on the halftime show right after this timeout.
You want to know what makes a long marriage? Volunteer to work high school football.
Duncan just protected his family with a $500,000 life insurance policy. How much do you think it cost him? $100 a month? $75? $50? Actually, Duncan got his $500,000 for under $28 a month, less than $1 a day. His secret? SelectQuote. In just minutes, a SelectQuote agent will comparison shop nearly a dozen highly rated life insurance companies and give you a choice of your 5 best rates. Duncan's wife, Cassie, got a $750,000 policy for under $22 a month. Give your family the security it needs at a price you can afford. Since 1985, SelectQuote has saved over 1 million families millions of dollars on life insurance. Call now, 800-273-6093, or visit SelectQuote.com. Discover what over 1 million families know now. We shop, you save.
Yesterday, too many children like John didn't eat. Today, they'll go without food again. Weak little children going hungry every day. John's swollen, painful stomach is empty. His tiny body is severely malnourished. Today, too many sick and hungry children will go without food. Tomorrow, too many will die from hunger. Call Save the Children now. You can save lives immediately by giving nourishing emergency food. You can help make sure children get regular medical checkups. And you can help give communities the support they need to grow their own food. You won't just be saving lives today. You'll be changing lives tomorrow. Call now to receive the Save the Children tote bag to say thank you. Call us now on the number on your screen and give just $10 a month. Too many children like John won't eat today. You can make sure they eat tomorrow.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Of Southmoore, let's see how we got there this evening. And there's the interception by Deer Creek to take the ball away from Southmoore. And then here's a pass downfield, hooking up to Johnson on a 21-yard completion, and then Logan Ward in for the field goal attempt. 33 yards, it's up and it's good. And then the ensuing kickoff, an onside kick, totally catching Southmoore unaware, and they take over. This is the quarterback here, Burright, going to take it to the left side, and he's going to get into the end zone. The extra point is good, and Deer Creek is quickly out to a 10-0 lead. And then here's the next kickoff, and you can see that Southmoore has trouble coming up with that. It ends up right in the arms of number 4, Angelo Clark. So essentially another takeaway for Deer Creek, but they were unable to score with it. And then watch this pass here from Jaden Scott downfield. He finds number 30, That's Caden Easterwood, a 59-yard touchdown pass. That would make it 10-7, and that's where we stand right now. And here's another punt for Deer Creek, again showing you some of the difficulties that Southmoore have. They fumbled the kick, and it goes right to Angelo Clark, again his second recovery on special teams tonight. And that gives us where we are right now. The score, 10-7, Deer Creek on top of Southmoore on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll take a timeout. Continue second half just around the corner.
Good morning, Bella.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
Yeah. 5 little monkeys.
Yay, Bella!
Hold still. Almost done.
Oh, Bella, I really love playing with you.
Thanks, Grandma. I really like our visits.
Whatever tech tomorrow dreams up, you'll be ready with GigaBlast. Future speed internet is...
Looking for a great new job? EricsJobs.com has a lot of jobs in various industries. According to recent studies, the cost to recruit an employee can be upwards of $4,000. EricsJobs.com has solved that problem. We'll keep your hiring process at a low cost, only $25 to post a job, and we'll help you find the right candidate the first time. EricsJobs.com, $25 job postings.
Attention all timeshare owners. Were you a victim of a high-pressure or dishonest timeshare sales agent? Were you misled and confused by what you were buying? Did the timeshare fail to deliver what you were promised? Do you feel that you overpaid and just won out? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we can help. We're timeshare compliant, and every day we help hundreds of timeshare victims protect their rights, and we can help you too. Our team can legally terminate your timeshare agreement, ending the payments forever, saving you thousands. But you must act now. Call now for a free consultation. With one simple call, the professionals at Timeshare Compliance can legally terminate your timeshare agreement and help end your financial suffering. You could save thousands. So call now before another payment is due. Timeshare Compliance is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait. Call 800-865-0145, 800-865-0145, 800-865-0145.
Welcome back to Moore School Stadium. It is Deer Creek on top of Southmoore. We're at the intermission here. 10-7 is our score. Remind you what's coming up next week. It'll be Owasso taking on Fayetteville. The live game time coverage begins at 7 o'clock in Northwest Arkansas. The game will be on Channel 76 and 2076 in Oklahoma City and Tulsa. You can check out Owasso and Fayetteville on Channel 3. And then also coming up, we've got the Backyard Bowl that'll be coming your way. Jenks and Union next Friday will hook up again at Tulsa's Chapman Stadium. Game time on YurView will be 7 o'clock. Be sure to check out the Backyard Bowl next Friday night right here on YurView Channel 3. Let's take a look at those halftime numbers for you. As you can see, well, the Antlers have had the best of it, certainly running the football, as they have put up 85 yards rushing. SaberCats not credited, really. They've been stopped with a couple of losses on the play, so forth. Officially no yards rushing. Passing-wise, the one big pass, the 59-yarder for the touchdown for Southmoore, allows for 76 of it. So the total offense really is a lot closer than I would have initially thought, 118-76. Now you look at the first downs, but the turnovers big right now. Southmoore in some ways has to feel that they're fortunate to still be that close. 10-7, Deer Creek on top of Southmoore. There's a look at your halftime stats, and it's all brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. There are only a few days left to take advantage of great deals, like 0% financing for 60 months on the built Ford Tough F-150. So hurry and save big on Ford, America's best-selling brand.
During the final days, get 0 for 60, plus $32.50 cash back on F-150. Hurry, offer ends September 4th at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Weoki's new money certificate rates are incredible. Transfer money from another institution to a Weoki 35-month certificate and receive 3.05 APY. Yes, that's over 3%. and get a $100 cash bonus for new CD amounts of $100,000 and greater. Open your certificate with new money at Weoki and start earning incredible rates. Federally insured, rate and bonus are for new money only. Other terms and limitations apply. Contact Weoki for details.
This is important news for people who have been injured by gadolinium contrast dye injected during MRI or MRA scans. Studies show some people who received contrast dye by injection or IV during MRIs were later diagnosed with gadolinium storage condition, GSC, or gadolinium deposition disease, GDD. Symptoms of GSC or GDD are skin thickening or discoloration of the skin, bone pain, a burning sensation in the arms and legs, or mental confusion. If you or a loved one were injected with contrast dye during an MRI and were then diagnosed with GSC or GDD, or suffered any of these symptoms, skin thickening or discoloration of the skin, bone pain, a burning sensation in the arms and legs, or mental confusion, call the offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you're eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
We're hurting ourselves. You know, we've put the ball on the ground on special teams 3 times and given it right back to them. And for all that's gone wrong in this first half, it's 10-7. We're right in it where we need to be, and we get the ball. So I just told them to stay positive, keep their heads up, and if we eliminate our mistakes, we'll be fine.
Good luck in the second half,
Thank
Coach.
You. Appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you very much. Jeremy Stark, the head coach for the Southmoore SaberCats, and he's right. Deer Creek ran 35 plays in that first half, Southmoore 19, and yet it's only a 3-point differential, 10-7, Deer Creek on top. Now the teams will go through their mandatory 3 minutes of getting loose for that second half. And of course, when we kicked it off tonight, it was 94 degrees. Hasn't gotten a whole lot better. 87 is the temperature, but of course, the sun is set. Humidity has come up a little bit. Looks like a nice breeze down there on the field out of the south-southeast at about 14 miles per hour. Both teams retreating through their benches, and we're not too far away from beginning the second half of football. It's week 1 of the high school football season. There were some teams that did compete last week in the 0-week ball games. Not these two. This is the season opener for both of these squads. And as we said at the top, both these teams trying to really get off on a better start than what they had last year. Southmoore, of course, had the defection of a number of players that left to go to neighboring schools for different reasons. Really left the SaberCats very short-handed. And in one aspect, it was tough for him last year, but it has certainly made a lot of young men grow up very quickly for the SaberCat club. As you can see, very competitive here tonight against Deer Creek. Deer Creek now in their 3rd year in Class 6A2. This is Wade Stanley's 2nd year as the head coach at Deer Creek. Remember, he was very successful over at Norman North, took the job at Ada, came back here at Deer Creek. They were 4-6 last year, and they're looking to improve upon their season of last year in this year of competition in 6A2. So the officials have gathered. They've got everything about set to go. It'll be Deer Creek to kick it away to the SaberCats as we get ready for second half action. Antlers on top, leading it by a score of 10-7. The kicker is Logan Ward. We are ready to do battle. Half number 2 from Moore School Stadium. High short kick once again, taken at about the 29-yard line. Southmoore on the return, trying to get some running room. Hit hard, brought down at about the 29-yard line. And that's where the SaberCats will put it in play, 1st and 10. 19 plays is all they ran in that first half of action. And I want to say probably a 4th of those or more came on their very first drive, and they were able to pick up a couple of first downs, but then through the interception, Deer Creek would go down and kick a field goal, get the onside kick on the kickoff, and then after that, would score a touchdown, and then when they kicked it away again, recovered the fumble on the kickoff. So the SaberCats with it, 1st and 10. Running play for the quarterback, Scott. He's going to get about 3-4 yards out to about the 29-yard line, and that's the way we start second half action here at Moore School Stadium. So Southmoore with the ball first. Dion Amade joins me back up here in the press box.
Did you miss me?
I did. We're back under action. Nice little wide receiver screen. That's going to get about 4 or 5 yards. Complete there to Diaz. I'm sorry, to number 9. That is Donovan Gaines. See him doing things on both sides of the football. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5 for Southmoore from their own 35-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down, 5.
Quick look at that last play as Gaines is out of bounds. Paxton Gary forcing him out on the sideline. And then a running play that's going to end up short. The ball carrier there was Brewer.
Tackled by number 33.
And that'll bring up 4th down and about 3.
4th down. Cameron Little back to punt.
You don't like to ever say that,
Dylan Diaz back to the end zone.
you know, it's going to be a punting situation after what we've seen in this ball game so far here this evening.
Yeah, we haven't got a chance to look at a lot of the punters in this game. Coach Stark said he has a good one, though.
Great punt. Gets it away, drives the return back all the way back to the 19-yard line. He fumbles it, recovered at about the 22-yard line, so nearly a loss of the football for Deer Creek, but they're able to get back on top of it. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Antlers from their own 22.
That was a beauty.
Take a look at the punt.
See right there, he just floated in the air so beautifully. Then a fumble by Diaz.
What about those keys? You got the keys to the house?
Yeah, we can take a look at those keys one more time. I mean, the number 1 forcing the turnovers. I mean, we've seen a couple of those early in this game in the first half. 2, tackling, was focused on tackling in space and making sure that you get them in the open field. And number 3, stay healthy. This is kind of the point where you're going to look for that.
There's a nice misdirection play as they throw it underneath, complete to Diaz. He's going to get it out around midfield. And a nice job by Burright to find the open man in the slot. Good enough for a 1st down for the Antlers.
And as soon as the play starts, he's all by himself over there on this left-hand seam, right down the hash marker. Nobody in his neighborhood, and he makes the completion and picks up a big chunk of yards.
They're going to spot it down inside Southmoore territory at the 46-yard line. Running play to the right side. That's going to get a yard maybe. Not much going there on that play. We're just underway. We have 10 minutes left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Antlers on top. They lead it by a score of 10-7.
Just came out there in this first drive and kind of shocked this Southmoore defense with that one misdirection play all the way down to past midfield. Looks like another flag on the play, though.
Looks like the wide receiver to the top of your screen took off before everybody else did. Didn't get the snap count right.
Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Mark off
2nd down.
5 yards against the Antlers and spot it right back at the midfield line. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 14 now. Burright, quick throw underneath, caught for about a 6-yard gain, but dropped immediately. Reception made out there by number 28, that's Jackson Jordan. And quickly there, in on the tackle, number 22 for Southmoore, that's Tavion Woodard.
I like the idea of the play, stop routes all across the board, trying to make it a manageable 3rd down where they can pick up some good yardage here and continue this drive.
So 3rd down and 8. Running play, Burright keeps it in a great open field tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, number 16, Andre Bellows, he probably gets enough for a 1st down.
And what were one of our keys to the ball game? Good tackling, especially in the open field. Good job by number 16, Bellows, getting up there and hitting the quarterback, especially on that quarterback draw that they've been running for a lot of success in this game.
So punting situation now for Deer Creek. Snap back. Ward, who's already shown his worth as a kicker, gets it inside the 20. Continues to roll, stays in bounds down the sideline. Would you look at that? Oh, man.
What a great bounce. What a great bounce. For it to bounce right back in bounds and continue to roll.
That was incredible. Watch that right there. You think it's going out of bounds easily, and then just rolls. You couldn't have drawn it up any better. All the way down to the 2-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, that
you can't practice that, can you?
You really can't. Ball sometimes has a mind of its own.
Can't do it any better either. So the SaberCats will bring it out. 1st and 10 now from their own 2-yard line. Out of the shotgun, straight running play. Scott looks to get to the edge, does so, gets a nice block, runs over a would-be tackler. He gets 1st down yardage and then some. Big time play right there for number 11, Jayden Scott.
Yeah, that was a man run right there. Check out the replay. Gets to the outside, sees a defender, and says, if I can't go around you, I'll just go through you before somebody's able to trip him up.
Big 1st down, gets him out of the hole. Now a quick pass to the near side of the field. That's caught. And slowly digging their way out of trouble. Complete there to Donovan Gaines.
Tackled by number 10, Dylan Diaz.
Clock moving, 7:20 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Deer Creek has led it all the way. Southmoore very quickly back to the line of scrimmage in their high up-tempo offense. Quick pass to the far side, got a blocker out in front. Uses that blocker, and he's going to get nice yardage. Another 1st down to the far side. Pass complete there to number 21, Marshall Mack. That's the first time we've called his name tonight, and usually he's a big contributor on both sides of the football.
Yeah, right now, Southmore's being able to get their athletes in space, chewing up some yardage and getting up the field.
Drive started at the 2-yard line, now at their own 47. 1st and 10, handoff. Trying to get it to the edge once again. Caught from behind, but he gets across midfield into Deer Creek territory, and that's going to be about a 3-4 yard gain on the play for Southmoore.
That's a good tackle by Jacob Johnson. You could see Elijah was trying to get outside of him. He actually did, but Jacob Johnson never gives up on the play, chases him down from behind and puts him on the ground.
Scott throws the pass a little too high, and the receiver maybe trying to take off before he actually had the football. Trent Kimmel stops the clock with 6:41 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Now looking at a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, and Kimmel making that mistake that me and you talk about week to week, Steve. Wide receivers trying to run with the football before they actually have it in their hands. Got to catch that ball and then run with it.
From the Deer Creek 49-yard line, Scott dropping to throw. Blitz coming, pass is on the way and caught. Hanging on to it after taking the big hit. Nice job by Trent Kimmel.
And that's the way to answer back Kimmel, okay? First time throwing the ball, he drops the pass. This time, a big-time catch to convert the 1st down and take the hit and still hang on to the pass.
Couple of 1st downs. Putting together a nice drive. Scott pulls it from the running back, throws left side. Going to get about 7 on that play. And the offense starting to feel some rhythm. You can feel it yourself.
Starting to get a little momentum on their side, starting to get a little, some completion, some runs, some positive yardage, and they're starting to feel themselves.
Second down and 3 for the SaberCats as we go under 6 minutes left to go third quarter. 10-7 Deer Creek lead. Pulled the handoff, faked the run, and then throws and completes the pass. Not a lot on the play, but still a nice game.
Little RPO action right there. Run pass option. Little run pass option. Check out the replay. Almost one-hands that, picks it up off the turf almost, and still manages to make it a very short third down for this Southmoore team. So third down and 1, right at the 30-yard line in Deer Creek territory. They break the huddle quickly to the line of scrimmage. Straight ahead, run. Scott has the first down, and he gets it to the 26-yard line. Nothing fancy about that. Nobody in the backfield. It was just a wildcat snap, and here you go. Yep. Says, hey, I'm getting the ball, and I'm getting this first down. What are you going to do to stop me? And right there, Jaden Scott does the job.
6'2", 200-pound. He's just a junior. You can see a lot of potential in this young man.
Southmoore runs somebody on late.
Trips to the right side. Scott looks that way, throws underneath. Pass is dropped, incomplete. Intended for Gaines. Stops the clock now with 4:53 left to go here in the third quarter. Deer Creek still leading at 10-7.
Again, trying to run with the football before you actually have it in your grasp. This guy's got to make sure they do the little things right. That's how you win ball games early in the season, doing the little things.
So now it's 2nd and 10. Scott takes the snap. Just a 3-man rush. Southmoore has no problem with that. Throws a laser beam over the middle. It's caught complete. Depends upon the spot. He needed to get to the 15, and boy, he is right at that. Looks like they're going to go ahead and, well, I was going to say move the chains, but he sits down just a little short.
And that's just great ball placement right there. A laser beam like you stay, but he puts it on that back shoulder, keeping it away from the defender.
Running play straight ahead. Not much, but he didn't need but a couple of 6 inches, and he gets enough for the first down for the SaberCats at the Deer Creek 13-yard line. They are on the march. An impressive drive right now for Southmoore, but it's only going to be impressive if you can finish it with points.
Yeah, Penny Baker is still running the ball hard. I like the way he's come out to begin this ball game, getting positive yardage and doing enough to get that first down right there.
Remember, this drive started from their own 2-yard line. They pull the guard and the tackle, but then run the opposite way. Scott dragging the would-be tackler. I think we might get a horse collar call or a face mask against Deer Creek. Scott, nonetheless, gets it inside the 5 to about the 2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Scott, when he has the football, he's a very aggressive runner where he can put his head down and break tackles, but every time he comes up on a one-on-one battle, he comes out as a winner majority of the time.
Face mask, defense, 5-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal, first down.
As we look at the replay, Scott just fighting his way. 13-play drive, again, that began, if you remember, the incredible punt that hit it about the 15 and then rolled right down the sidelines all the way to the 2-yard line. First and goal. Scott, left side, easy. Pickens into the end zone. Touchdown. SaberCats go on top.
And he goes in untouched as they put in that heavy package. They overload one side, and easy peasy, as Steve says, touchdown for the SaberCats. Take another look at it one more time. Great blocking over there. Nobody even touches them, Steve.
Great job on the offensive line. That gives Southmoore the lead. Now try to tack on the all-important extra point.
What a drive.
High snap, tough job, loose football, picked up. And again, that could come back to haunt them. It's a dead play now, but the high snap, and that leaves it as a 13-10 lead for the SaberCats. We've got 3:58 left to go in the third quarter. Southmoore 13, Deer Creek 10 on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll be back.
Weoki's new money certificate rates are incredible. Transfer money from another institution to a Weoki 35-month certificate and receive 3.05 APY. Yes, that's over 3%. And get a $100 cash bonus for new CD amounts of $100,000 and greater. Open your certificate with new money at Weoki and start earning incredible rates. Federally insured, rate and bonus are for new money only. Other terms and limitations apply. Contact Weoki for details.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-233-0190.
Well, the Southmoore crowd's excited, and they should be. They have rallied and now taken the lead with 3:58 left to go in the third quarter. Their first lead of the night, 13-10 over Deer Creek, even though they missed that extra point, Dion.
Yeah, and it's like Coach Stark said, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Other than that, we're doing a good job. Got to do a better on special teams. But just like you saw, they're doing a good job. They came back, a drive that starts on their own 2-yard line, march it all the way down for a score. Just on defense, you got to make sure you're holding them and getting off the field on third down.
Time of possession is lopsided as it was in that first half for Deer Creek. Right now, just as lopsided in favor of Southmoore here in this third quarter. Line drive kick, going to sail through the hands of the return man out of the back of the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Antlers. There's a look at that scoring drive. 13 plays, 98 yards. Only took 5:06, however, and then Jaden Scott gets in the end zone with a 4-yard touchdown run.
It was an impressive drive, though. Very impressive drive.
Cameron Little, the kicker, number 94, sophomore, 5'11", 150.
Coach said he just came onto the practice field and started booming kicks, and he said, let's get you a jersey.
You're the kicker. I like how he's 5'10", and what did it list him at? 150, and he wears number 94.
94.
He's a lineman at heart. Burright, quick pass, near side dropped. Intended for Axel Welch. Welch, a big target. They have him listed at 6'6", 230. So the pass goes incomplete. We've got 3:54 left to go here, third quarter. Of course, we also have this week and then 2 more weeks before we actually begin district play. But for these two teams and teams, really all the teams, they want to get off to the best start as possible. Deer Creek now going trips to the top of your screen. Burright looks like a run all the way, going to keep it. He's going to get a yard or two, and then chasing him out of bounds and cutting his legs out from underneath him, Donovan Gaines. He's played about 60 snaps tonight, both sides of the football.
He certainly has, and he has not slowed down yet. Running sideline to sideline, and look at him out there on the field, charging up his teammates and urging them to play harder. I like that.
So looking at a 3rd down and 8 now for the Antlers. See what they dial up here as the play clock is already down to 6. 3 seconds, gonna have to get it off or call a timeout. They do get it off, however. Burright looking to throw, blitz is on, and he's going down. Defensive front getting the job done, finishing him off, number 5, Elijah Brewer.
And they're playing aggressive. Look at this delayed blitz right here. The linemen don't pick him up till late. They bump him around, but he still gets back there, and it's 5-on-5 action. And Elijah, number 5, wins that battle.
He has had a good ball game here tonight. 4th down, punting situation, but special teams have been a bit of a problem thus far tonight for Southmoore. Standing at his own goal line. Snap is back, kick is away. It's going to hit out of bounds. Let's see where the far side linesman marks it. And that went out of bounds a lot earlier than we thought, about the 29-yard line. Nope, they're going to move it up to the 35-yard line. In Deer Creek territory, 1st and 10 for the SaberCats, and now it's time for Deer Creek's defense to answer the call. Otherwise, the SaberCats can go up by 2 scores.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see the number of this individual player right here, because on special teams, on punt return, he's been laying out all game long. That's number 16, Andre Bolo, laying out, hurrying up the process of the punter. I like to see effort like that, and it's good to be recognized. So I want to tell that guy he's doing a good job. Number 16, Andre Bolo, just going out there, laying out every time they ask him to do something.
Doesn't look like we have enough players on the field. Yeah, there's only
Southmoore,
1, 2, 3, 4,
first
5,
charge time out of the half.
6 players on the field for Southmoore. And they're going to have to take a timeout. That allows us to remind you about the Over the Middle podcast. If you are one of those folks that like to keep up on high school football recruiting, you can find out more by catching one of the best in the business, Jeremy Crabtree. Kicks off the season catching up with recruiting expert Max Olson. Those guys are going to run down the Texas recruiting, also the SEC recruiting, including Alabama, Georgia, and Jason Brown, just to name a few. All that and more on this week's episode of Over the Middle, the podcast. Check it out at YurView.com.
Really like that podcast. Wow, I listened to it last year, and I fully plan to save some time to check it out this year as well.
A lot of times you know about the guys in 6A and 5A, but there's a lot of good football players at some of the lower levels that you may not have heard about. I don't know if this was a broken play here or what, but it's going to gain yardage.
Yeah, normally when you see a number 77 carry the ball, 71, I don't think that's a drawn-up play, Steve. Oh, whoa. Well, maybe it was a trick play. Oh.
It might have been the fumble-rooski.
Did they run a little bit of the fumble-rooski, trying to have some fun out here?
They're going to call a penalty against Southmoore.
Snap infraction, offense, 5-yard penalty. Go first.
You're too young to remember the fumble-rooski.
I'm young enough to have ran the fumble-rooski.
Not the original, right, Andy Casey? Yeah.
Hey, my Pee-wee team ran the fumble-rooski. We had fun with it, too. I know about it.
Here comes a Jaden Scott left-handed pitch. Dangerous play, but even as that goes to the turf, that is considered a pass, so it's just an incomplete pass. Trying to hook up there with Jaden Pennybaker. You can see them eyeing each other.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way Sunshine from Remember the Titans was practicing the shovel pitch option pass. It's not the way that's not the way you do it. You remember that Zen-like motion that he had?
Yes.
Yeah, the girls at the window calling him a dream boat. Probably pretty sure they called you a dream boat back in the day, Steve.
I'm pretty sure that did not happen.
Oh, there's Steve. He's a dream boat.
There goes Scott again, deep down the middle. Into traffic, pass intended.
Pass is incomplete.
That was for Gaines.
And that was a dangerous pass from Gaines over there, because you could see number 1 coming out of his cornerback position, playing the ball right there to sneak up on Gaines if he would have made the completion.
Wish Gaines had one of those Fitbits on tonight to see how many miles he's run back and forth, offense and defense. They put him on basketball players and soccer players, and probably the amount of yards and miles they cover during a game is amazing. 3rd and 15 for Southmoore. Here comes the blitz as Scott rolls out, throws downfield, has a receiver, but he could not get the ball to him as he was pressured too much in the backfield. That will bring up a 4th down situation from the Deer Creek 40-yard line. So you're kind of at that place on the field where you really can get away with doing most anything.
Yeah, it's just a smart move by Scott there, being mature enough to see that he didn't have anything down the field and just throwing it out of bounds and just living so they could still keep the field advantage, you know, They got great field advantage if they get a nice punt to be able to defend from.
Punt is away. It's a high kick. Hits at about the 1 yard line and then scoots into the end zone. So Deer Creek will get it. 1st and 10 after a net punt of 20 yards. Kind of tough to do anything other than that with that football there. Don't forget, tomorrow night coming up live from Fayetteville, Arkansas, the Owasso Rams will be in Arkansas to take on the Fayetteville Bulldogs. Live game time coverage begins at 7 o'clock in Northwest Arkansas. The game will be on channels 76 and 2076, and in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, check out Owasso and Fayetteville on Channel 3. So much football coming your way.
I love it.
We're all over the place. Running play, that's going to get dropped in the backfield for a loss on the play.
Number 18, Josh McCary on the carry. Tackle made by number 87, Camden
We get down to 2:05 left to go here in the third quarter. Clock continuing to run. There were times I thought this game was going to be 32-28 or something, and scoring has been held down. There's a pass. And even if he catches that ball, he's not going anywhere. Defense was all over that.
All over it from both aspects. They had the intended receiver and they were rushing the quarterback very effectively. I mean, this Southmoore defense has been all up in the Deer Creek face from start to finish. And when I mean starting in that second quarter.
If you're just joining us, Deer Creek got off to a 10-0 lead. Southmoore answered back and got the long touchdown pass. And then scored again, but missed the extra point. SaberCats lead at 13-10, sack in the backfield. And Deer Creek's offense, which was moving pretty well in that first half, adjustments made in that second half or at halftime, Dion, and Southmore's doing what they want defensively as they're swarming the football.
I'm telling you, Steve, they're living back there. They're living back there. And there goes your man.
Brian Shamali.
Yes, sir. Big man getting it done.
4th down and 14 now for Deer Creek. Deep inside their own territory. Can't have any bad snaps back here. Right on the money. Kick is away. It's a high kick. Fair catch taken at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. Donovan Gaines. And Southmoore has some good field position as they begin this next drive.
Excellent field position. And you know how we saw them throw the ball in the first half. It doesn't take them long to get in the end zone. And with this field position, I do not want to say that it's going to take them long to get in there this time.
Wade Stanley, the head coach for Deer Creek. A chance to visit with he and Coach Stark beforehand. He goes motion to the far side for the SaberCats. Lines up in the slot. Scott loses it between his legs, picks it up. Looks like he wants to throw and completes the pass. Slings it out to the far side. That's going to be 1st down yardage and then some. What a play by Jaden Scott. And once again, it's Donovan Gaines.
Scott pass complete.
Good job of being composed, picking up the ball when he fumbled the snap.
Tackle made by 33, Ben
He's keeping his eyes downfield. He still takes a hit, too. Slow to get up. But good job keeping your eyes downfield and staying composed in the pocket.
Got about 14 yards on the play. And a 1st down. 40 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Another pass complete. That's going to be close to 1st down yardage. Give him 9 on the play. This time the receiver is number 23, Trent Kimmel.
Yeah, just a quick little screen pass out to the sideline. Talked to Coach Starks before this game, and he mentioned that's one of the things that he wants to do in attack because these cornerbacks for Deer Creek, they play off a little bit. They're 4, sometimes 6 yards deep. So if they can just raise up, throw, pick up some good yardage, they're going to take what they give them.
Deer Creek wants to take a timeout. They may have had too many men on the field.
Deer Creek.
But they take a timeout as we have 19 seconds left to go here in this third quarter of play. And Southmoore on top right now, leading it. Don't forget, you can watch the replay of this game, and that'll be coming your way on Monday evening. That'll be at 7:30. It's the Ford Game of the Week on Channel 3 next Monday, 7:30 p.m. And if you haven't gone back and watched the end of last game that we did, and our crew and Dion and myself over there in Fayetteville, when Midwest City won that game in overtime, and Coach Darrell Hall disciplining and still coaching his team even during the post game when it looked as though they were trying to plant the team flag at midfield in Fayetteville, and he decided no, they were not, or in Bentonville, decided no, they were not going to do that, not under his watch. What were your thoughts when he took off running and screaming at his teammates there?
I was just a little wowed and surprised. Didn't know what was going on at first. Then I saw exactly what was going on, and I was like, yeah, you're probably gonna have to put a stop to that. But it was surprising to see that coaches were very, very engaged. And hey, if we're gonna win the right way. It was important to see that, and it was a great, great TV moment for me.
Yeah, great
5-yard penalty. Second down.
Great coaching moment, and if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out on YurView. I watched it several times last week, just to recapture it all, making sure I saw what I really saw. It's worth your time, I promise you that. So Scott and Southmoore whistled for a penalty there. Scott on the evening, 12 of 20 for 209 yards passing.
That's a good day.
Picked up a good chunk of yards running the football as well. Trying to get a big touchdown on this drive. Running play up the middle, breaking tackles, getting into the end zone, and a touchdown. Southmoore, don't see any flags.
And it was only a matter of time before Elijah Brewer broke into that secondary and got up the field and got up there in a hurry. He was telling the coaching staff to feed him all night, and look at him, he's pretty excited. How about that? Take another look at this. Just follows his blocker, finds the cutback lane, great vision, staying down, switches the ball and gets into the end zone. Man, what a run from Brewer.
Elijah Brewer gets into the end zone, makes it 19-10. Extra point attempt on the way. Snap back, a little bit high. Nice job by the holder to get it down, and the kick is good. We have 11 seconds left to go in our third quarter. That's the man of the hour right now, Elijah Brewer, getting into the end zone. And the SaberCats have rattled off 20 consecutive points and now lead Deer Creek by a score of 20-10.
Take another look at this right here. See, they pull the tackle and the guard onto one side. He finds the cutback lane, and he just outruns the rest of the defense. A very, very nice run.
So he gets into the end zone, a 21-yard run for the score. As they get into the end zone, the pass to Gaines that picked up 14 yards and the first down. Remember, they punted and they got it out to the 44-yard line in Deer Creek territory, and boom, they went down the field very quickly and into the end zone. Brewer getting the end of it and increasing that lead now for the SaberCats. Again, this is a team that did not win a game last year, and you know that they want to feel the thrill of victory and not the agony of defeat here this evening, and right now they're on their way.
Yeah, it's very exciting to see the Southmoore offense come into this second half with a bunch of weapons being unleashed. Take a look at that last scoring drive. 3 plays, 56 yards, and see Brewer go in for a 29-yard rushing TD to cap it off.
You know, even though we're giving so much credit to the Southmoore offense by being a quick scoring team and coming up with the big plays, that defense has done really a good job, especially after they had those early turnovers and 4 possessions to 1 in the early going.
Most definitely, especially that defensive line. That unit is getting after it. Those linebackers running sideline to sideline. Deer Creek hasn't been having success running the football since the second half.
My stats are unofficial. Andy Casey's are official, but in that first half. Andy told me that Deer Creek ran 35 plays, Southmoore 19. I'm looking at maybe 1 or 2 first downs at the most for Deer Creek here in this second half. And Southmoore has really just done a very good job of limiting what Deer Creek has been able to do offensively.
And that does not surprise me.
So 1st and 10, just 2 first downs, Andy says. And Deer Creek now looking to get something going offensively. Running play up the middle, that's how you do it. You get 16, 17 yards on the first down carry for Lamoris Davis, the junior running back. The big blast up the middle.
Yeah, and that's how they started off the game in the first quarter. Him getting after it and getting a big chunk of yards. See if that can continue the rest of this drive.
Picked up 18 on the carry. And that's the end of the third quarter, where Southmoore has assumed control. They lead it 20-10. We've played 3 here at Moore School Stadium. It's your Oklahoma Ford Dealers game of the week. It's game time on YurView. We'll take a timeout. Fourth quarter coming up.
Good morning, Bella.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
Yeah. 5 little monkeys.
Yay, Bella!
Hold still. Almost done.
Oh, Bella, I really love playing with you.
Thanks, Grandma. I really like our visits.
Whatever tech tomorrow dreams up, you'll be ready with GigaBlast. Future speed internet is here.
It's only a matter of time until your check engine light comes on, or worse yet, your car needs repair. That could mean a big surprise auto repair bill. That's why it's so important you call CarShield today.
I was elated that I had CarShield. I was more than happy.
It's no fun when you have a car and it's broken and you can't pay for it to get it fixed.
So, if your vehicle has 5,000 to 150,000 miles, just tell us the make and model of your car or truck and get an instant plan quote. In a matter of minutes, you can be covered.
My experience with CarShield is that they absolutely come through every time I need them.
If my car breaks down, I can count on CarShield to cover it for me. CarShield definitely has my back.
Now it's the time to make the smart choice and protect yourself from sky-high auto repair bills. Call now for a free and instant protection plan quote. It's only a matter of time until repairs are needed, and once your car breaks down, it's too late.
Call 1-800-935-9506. Get covered today.
Welcome back to your Oklahoma Ford Dealers game of the week as we head to the fourth quarter. Deer Creek led 10-0 in that first half. Southmoore got a touchdown to make it 10-7, but that's 20 unanswered points now for the SaberCats. Deer Creek with the football, and they're looking to turn the table here and get something going in this fourth quarter play. They're running out of time. Let's take a look at that last scoring drive for the SaberCats, how it all happened.
Yeah, you can take a look. Just a fumbled snap right there, but good job by Scott keeping his eyes downfield, getting it to Gaines, and Gaines a bunch of yards. And then they give it to Elijah Brewer. He does some nifty running from the backfield and gets up into the end zone. Touchdown, SaberCats.
So second down now and 5 for Deer Creek. Still plenty of time. That's Wildcat, and that's Diaz straight up the middle. So he takes the handoff and gets it all the way into Southmoore territory. Finally taken down at about the 38-yard line. Nothing fancy there, just straight ahead power and speed.
Yeah, they've been trying to run that Wildcat direct snap to the running back all night and finally having some success with it as Diaz gets a big chunk of yards and the first down.
There's a look at Diaz. Burr right back in there. In the backfield with him is Lamoris Davis.
All that stuff.
Handoff. Davis gets back to the line, and that's it.
Handoff goes to Davis.
Big number 70 in there. That's DJ Ware. Brian Shamali, he's probably double digits in tackles tonight. He seems to be everywhere.
Yeah, you said it. You said it. Defensive line is doing a great job. Can't say that enough.
10.5 minutes left to go. Still plenty of time. Deer Creek would like to come up with something on this drive, be it 3 or 7. Make it a one-score ball game. Diaz again. Straight ahead off the left side. Gets about 3 yards. One of the coaches got a little upset on the Southmoore sidelines, drew a flag, and now Coach Stark is irate at one of his coaches on the sideline. So penalty against Southmoore. Jimmy Stark is it's too easy to say he's Stark raving mad. That would be a gimme, wouldn't it? But he was not happy.
Got a chuckle out of me.
So 3rd down and 7 coming up for Deer Creek. Pass left side complete. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. On the far side, Axel Welch with the reception.
Number 12, Axel Welch.
Big target over there on the outside. Able to pick up some good yardage and get the 1st down. Check out the replay. Good job gathering the snap. Just a 10, 5-yard out. Getting up the field and getting the 1st down, getting out of bounds.
We're under 10 minutes to play, 9:57. 1st and 10, Deer Creek at the Southmoore 27-yard line. Burright looks to throw over the middle, complete. It's Welch once again, and that's going to be enough for another 1st down for the Antlers, as they seem to have settled into having found something they like.
Yeah, it seems like they're going with that quick pass action, not giving that defense enough time to get in the backfield, finding some quick, easy passes and gaining some yards and getting up the field. Already in the red zone, knocking on the door.
Burright's had a pretty good night so far tonight. Handoff straight ahead off the right side. And he's going to get about 3 yards on the play.
Yeah.
Number 5,
Elijah Brewer being able to get in there and sniff it out and get in between those defensive linemen and their offensive linemen and making that tackle for a short yard gain.
That'll bring up 2nd down in about 7 or 8 yards. Welch last year, 24 catches, 266 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Burright rolling, throwing for Welch once again. This time a little tight, little high on the inside. Tough catch to make, unable to bring it down.
But still a great defensive play by Trent Kimmel coming over there on the outside and just letting Welch know that he was there, causing him to drop the pass.
Clock stopped, 8:53 to play. Big 3rd down right here, 3rd down and 8 for the Antlers. Burright dumps it over the middle screen, pass is caught. It's Diaz again. He's only going to get about 3 yards, and that's going to leave 4th and about 6.
That's a good job by this defense, sniffing out that screen pass.
Brings up 4th down.
Kind of easier when you're in that tight red zone end of the field.
Logan Ward.
4th down and 6. It's not make or break yet, but the clock is running with 8:15 to play. And they're going to line up for a field goal. Put it down on the 19-yard line, 29-yard field goal attempt. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way, got plenty of foot, but it's no good. He hooked it to the left. That's exactly 8 minutes left to go in the game.
And that's a good job by that edge rusher over there, coming down the line and kind of a little bit affecting the kicker, forcing him to hook it a little left.
Outside that left upright. And now, as we said, with exactly 8 minutes left to go in the ball game. And sometimes this is the problem with a hurry-up offense, is how do you slow it down when you want to choose some clock? We'll see what Ty Prestage wants to do with it. He's the offensive coordinator in his first year at Southmoore. Scott's had a brilliant game to this point. Let's see how the SaberCats want to run the offense. Fakes the handoff, throws. A little too tall and behind the intended receiver. Trying to hook up out there with Marshall Mack, and the pass goes incomplete, so only 4 seconds go off the clock.
Yeah, and you would expect them to start running the football a little bit. You're already up by 10 points. You can see on the opposite end, Deer Creek was passing the ball because in the incomplete pass, you can stop the clock and you still have enough time because you need it. It's a 2-score game. On the other side, you expect Southmoore to run the football, trying to get some time to tick off and get out of here with a win.
Scott takes the snap, pulls it back, throws complete out to about the 27-yard line. Donovan Gaines again on the reception.
Scott's pass complete to number 9, Donovan Gaines.
Third and 3 coming up. Scott, quick toss. Good defensive play. He got there the same time the ball did. Looked like it was going to be a completed pass, but broken up, and that'll bring up a 4th down situation. So they only burned 33 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, that was a good job by Mason Martin. Defensive back jumping the route. So just a quick 3 and out for this Southmoore team. The punt unit comes on to kick the ball.
Andy Casey, who serves as our stat man, also worked with Coach Prestige in their days over at Mustang, and said, Steve, don't expect Coach Prestige to try to run some clock. He runs an offense, no matter what the score is. That was a great punt again. Just a booming kick. Good job to catch it on the fly, but he's hit immediately, taken down at about the 36-yard line, and that's where Deer Creek will get it. 1st and 10 with 7:17 left to play. SaberCats on top 20-10, looking for their first win since 2016.
Amanda Crawford, please go to the visitor concession stand. Thank you.
Yeah, good job by Southmoore coming down, racing down. Might have been a little bit of a face mask there, but they got away with that one.
So they've slowed things down here a little bit. You know, last week we saw those mandatory water breaks. Not so much in the game that you and I called over there in Bentonville, but the other game I called between Pauls Valley and Lindsay. Antlers with the football, trailing by 10, 7:17 to play. 1st down pass. Looked like it was hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and I think number 2, Corbin Pageant, got a hand on that. Take another look at it. Yep, Pageant does a little Dikembe Mutombo impersonation and swat that ball down.
Get that out of here.
Get that out of here. Put your fingers up and wag it away.
Looked like it was going to be a nice little play, too, on the quick hitter there. You were right. Corbin Pageant with the big play. Senior linebacker for the SaberCats. 2nd down and 10. Burright talking with his big tight end, Axel Welch. Lines up on the right side. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. He looks that way and then throws back left, looking for Welch all along. Good coverage, passed nowhere near the intended receiver.
Did I see a flag?
And apparently we've got a flag in the backfield.
I think it's over there on the sideline. I don't know if it was picked up or not. I didn't think that ball was even catchable.
No, I didn't either. Waiting for a referee.
Pass interference, defense, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
That's a 15-yard penalty. And maybe it wasn't catchable because he was interfered with. Coach Stark not very happy, as you might imagine.
I don't know. I think the defensive back is coming out in me and not agreeing with that call, but gonna let that one go.
So they spot the ball inside Southmoore territory at the 49-yard line. And we've got a whistle. Looks like we have an equipment situation here for one of the Southmoore players. Got to tie the shoe.
Always important to keep your 2 shoes tied, guys. You don't know nothing in life. Keep your shoes tied.
Running play, Diaz looking for a hole on the left side. Finds that hole, gets the first down and then some. Inside the 40, down to about the 37-yard line in SaberCat territory. Out of bounds with exactly 7 minutes to play.
Yeah, and he was running aggressively on that one. Found a hole and got up in there and was 88 and out the gate. Good job picking up that first down. Take another look at it. Just a zone protection. Sees the outside, gets over there, puts his head down, and gets a couple more before he's escorted out of bounds.
Pass is knocked down again. I believe that's Padgett again.
One more time. One more time. Just go one time for me, Padgett. Put your hands up and wave it away like Dikembe Mutombo. One time. Just, no, not in here. Not in my house.
That was a good job of you picking him as the player to watch in this game, too. You really
right, you know, sometimes I know my stuff. Sometimes. Got a crystal ball in front of me. I use it every once in a while.
2nd down and 10. 6:39 left to go in regulation. Blitz coming. Screen pass coming. And the pass goes incomplete.
And that's a flag right there. You can see it. There was holding on that screen pass.
It looked like Southmoore kind of smelled that one coming. Had they not held, it may have been intercepted.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Penalty is holding on Deer Creek.
So the holding call will move the ball back to the 46-yard line back in Deer Creek territory. 6:35 to play. Burright takes the snap, rolls right. Plants, throws deep downfield. A good defensive job back there because he was right in the wide receiver's hip pocket. Intended for Paxton Gary. Well defended by Southmoore's number 30, making the play there, Caden Easterwood.
And you can tell that was a drawn-up play, a sprint-out pass, and he just rears back and throws across the field, has his man in stride, but a great defensive play by number 30, Easterwood, getting over there and making a difference.
So now, 3rd down and 27. Now time is becoming a factor. 6:27 to play. Southmoore shows blitz, backs off, forces the pass to be thrown on the near side. Really no time to throw as that Southmoore defense has been chasing Burright, and he just doesn't have enough time.
Not enough at all. Brewer stalking him down, chasing him down, and then Burright has to do the right and smart thing and just throw the ball away. You can see this Deer Creek team is aware of the time because every play is a pass play. They can't afford to run the football and waste any time on the clock.
Snap back. Ball is down, kick is away, kind of the rugby style kick, taking it about the 23-yard line and taken down at about the 33. 1st and 10 for Southmoore with 6:12 left to go in our ball game. Donovan Gaines, you think he's gassed?
He needs more than water. Big guy might need an IV after this.
Yeah. All right, so 6:12 left to go in the ball game. Southmoore leading it now 20-10. And as I go back to that first half of play, Deer Creek had a punt. They scored on their 2nd and 3rd possession of the ball game and have been shut out since. So it's getting late. 1st and 10, SaberCats. Not quite sure what the holdup is.
Looks like they're switching balls.
I was going to say, or maybe they just need a football. That would help. Line of scrimmage is the 33-yard line for the SaberCats. Jaden Scott has had a really, really good game for the SaberCats at quarterback. Looked like the left side of that offensive line trying to get up and pull to the right side. Maybe got out of their haunches a little early.
Full start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So 5-yard penalty. Makes it 1st and 15. Don't tell anybody, but a second went off the clock, I think.
Your secret is safe with me.
Single back set. Still plenty of time on the play clock as Scott drops the throw. Chased from behind. Got to move, in trouble, throws it, and that's going to go way out of bounds, incomplete. They're going to throw a flag on. I don't know how you can throw the flag on that when he's got a defender draped all over him.
Intentional grounding, offense.
Flag on the play.
Awesome down, second down.
Intentional grounding, Southmoore.
Thought all he had to do was be out of the pocket.
I don't know about that. Coach Stark is not very happy. It looked like the defender was hanging all over him, so how is he supposed to make an accurate type throw? I could be wrong. Obviously I am. Won't be the first time or the last. Coach Stark sure wants to know. Maybe we'll get it after this play, a replay on that. Second time he's been called for it. First time I questioned it, but not. At that time I thought for sure. Defender draped all over him. How can you tell where he was throwing the ball? Has trouble with the snap again. Handoff in the backfield. They take him down at the 5-yard line. They need to get to the 43 for a first down. So it's going to be 3rd and 38.
Third down.
3rd and a country mile.
Yep. I think we're going to get a look at that. Back to the action here with 5:32 now left to go. Backed all the way up to the 5-yard line. Handoff, looking for some running room, trying to get some space back there. Gets it out to about the 8-yard line. Clock still running. Both teams 2 timeouts remaining. And a 4th down and punting situation coming up for Southmoore. And if you're Deer Creek, don't you send the house here? Try to get that block.
I mean, you got 5 minutes left in the game. You're down by 10. What do you have to lose?
Punter at the back of the end zone once again is Cameron Little. Not a lot of room to spare back there. Good snap. He'll get it off, give it a good ride, taken right at the 40-yard line. Evades a man, tries to get outside. Flag comes out. That's going to be brought back even after the great return, which looked to be a touchdown. But bring it all back because they threw that flag right away.
Man, you really took the air out of that one, Steve.
It's my job. So penalty flags are becoming key here late in this ball game. Clock is stopped right now with 4:33 to go.
Illegal block in the back, receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Block in the back, Deer Creek.
Let's see what they saw, and see if you saw what they saw.
That was a tongue twister.
Here you go. Here's the kick. Watch for an illegal block in the back. That was probably it right there.
I don't. That one seemed like he was right on the shoulder pad, so I don't know which ref saw that one and what angle he had on the play.
A little late there, getting it to the point. It was a nice return, unfortunately waved off by Paxton Gary. Now the line of scrimmage will be the 43-yard line. 4:33 to play. Nearly dropped the football, it looked like, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now does lose it, but it was already whistled dead. Coach Coach Stark out there high-fiving his defenders. Number 5,
Right.
Brewer out there again. So is Paget.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Coach Stark's got some ball players. He's definitely got some ball players on his hands this year.
They've always had, some size, sometimes better size than others. They had, I can't remember the name of the Bray Walker, played there at Southmoore for 3 years before being one of those transfers that left and went to Westmore last year. There's another penalty flag that comes out. 3:46 left to go in the ball game.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Procedure. That'll bring up a 2nd and 20. So kind of a messy game here towards the end. Ball now all the way back at the Antler 47-yard line. Burright straight ahead give. Diaz, he's been a tough runner tonight. Takes the big hit there. Finally goes down.
Handoff goes to number
Marshall
10,
Mack.
Dylan Diaz.
Diaz comes up a little gimpy, but he's
Marshall
not coming
Mack
out.
No, sir. And that was a good stick by Mack. Number 21 coming from his cornerback position.
Clock ticking, 3:17 to play. Blitz off the far side, and that's the man that gets the ball carrier first. Diaz goes down once again.
Diaz
He's going to feel it tomorrow. Looks like he might be cramping up.
Yes, sir.
Fellows, number 70, DJ Ware.
It's the time of the ball game where you start to expect it.
Under 3 minutes to play, 2:50 and counting. Showed blitz again, but this time he came across the line of scrimmage.
Flag on the play.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense.
So encroachment against the
penalty.
defense. They've been called
First
for
down.
that several times tonight. Most importantly, stops the clock. 2:46 to play. And what was a 4th and 5
Official timeout.
now looks as though it's
For
going to
any
be enough
injury,
for a first
any
down.
athlete, Oklahoma Sports and Orthopedics
And the
Institute
official's going to take a
provides
look at it
superior
as they've called the
orthopedic and
timeout
sports
on the
medicine
field.
treatment.
2:46 to
Call
play.
515-8090 to set up an appointment and turn your setback into a comeback.
They're going to gather. They're going to bring the chains out for the measurement. Looks from our vantage point as though he does have enough for the first down. That's about what I thought.
First down, Deer Creek.
Half the length of the football.
Protecting our community is everyone's responsibility. Crime Stoppers is here for all of us. You can safely and anonymously report.
So 1st and 10 now for Deer Creek. They have 2:46 left to go in the ball game. Both teams still with 2 timeouts remaining. Good football game here tonight. Antlers trying to rally late. And again, another penalty. And apparently it looks as though Deer Creek drew Southmoore
Dead ball,
offsides.
encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Offside. Southmoore.
So they move another 5 yards forward without moving the clock. Clock says 2:37 to play. Running play, Diaz. Stopped.
Dylan Diaz on the carry.
Diaz is going to pick up
Tackle by number 19,
not much.
Parker Millett.
Maybe got a yard on the
Number 5,
play.
Elijah Brewer.
And the clock continues to run now with 2:15 to play. 2nd down and 6 for the Antlers. Low snap. Burright takes it, wanted to throw, flushed out of the pocket, rolling, throwing. Downfield, incomplete, broken up.
Pass is
And a nice
incomplete.
defensive play by Southmoore coming up and making the tip on the pass was Trent Kimmel. We've seen a lot of these sophomore guys going both ways tonight. There's Burright. Flushed out of the pocket, throwing on the run. Tried to get it in there, but Kimmel with a great effort, able to get in there, get a hand on it, and make it an incomplete pass. 3rd down and 6, 2:03 to play. Burright going to the corner, got a receiver out there, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Just a little too far, intended for Paxton Gary. So that'll bring up a 4th down with 1:57 to play. Deer Creek still with 2 timeouts remaining. One school of thought would say, take that timeout, make sure you get the play you want. And the other side would say, no, you're going to need that timeout. So let's see what they do. They've been successful at drawing them off. They tried to do that right there. Southmoore did not jump, and so Deer Creek will take a timeout with 1:57 left to play in the ball game. 20-10, SaberCats on top of Deer Creek. We'll be back on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
This is important news for people who have been injured by gadolinium contrast dye injected during MRI or MRA scans. Studies show some people who received contrast dye by injection or IV during MRIs were later diagnosed with gadolinium storage condition, GSC, or gadolinium deposition disease, GDD. Call the offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you're eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Our first consultation is free. Call now. Operators are standing by.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Consider adopting a pet from the Moore Animal Shelter. Some buddies
Back at Moore School Stadium,
Visit cityofmoore.com for more information.
you can see the still relatively new press box. I don't want to, 5 years maybe, 6, somewhere around that neighborhood. Revamped and very, very nice. Great job by the Moore Public Schools system, providing us with one of the best venues in Class 6A. Pass downfield is deflected, incomplete. Confusion there. Looked like that was closer to being intercepted than it was to being caught, so that's going to give the ball over to Southmoore on downs. That's certainly not the play that they wanted to use a timeout on a 4th down situation. And that gives the ball back over to Southmoore with 1:53 left to go in the ball game. SaberCats lead at 20-10. Deer Creek with 1 timeout remaining and Southmoore with 2. Scott looks to the sideline, gets the play call. And the SaberCats ready to go back to work. Scott takes the snap, going to run it himself. Gets it across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Pick up a 2 on the play. Most importantly, the clock continues to run. Deer Creek again had the early advantage 10-0, but Southmoore has outscored them since 20-0 and taken this 20-10 lead. .114 to play as Scott takes the snap, runs it off the right side, 2 arms around the football. Deer Creek tries to wrestle it away from him. He's actually able to pick up 5 yards on the play and a timeout on the field. That'll be the final timeout taken by Deer Creek. Now looking, Southmoore is at a 3rd down and 3. A 1st down will secure the victory. Remind everybody about our game coming up tomorrow night. The crew's going to make another trip on over to Fayetteville, Arkansas. We were in Bentonville last week, and Owasso will play at Fayetteville tomorrow night at 7. In Tulsa and Oklahoma City, you can watch the game on Channel 3. In Northwest Arkansas, you can watch it on Cox Channel 76 and 20-76. Bill Blankenship, of course, now the coach at Owasso, who had such success at Union, was the coach over at Fayetteville, won the state championship, I believe it was 2 years ago. And he has just won football games wherever he has been. And what a turnaround. I don't want to say a turnaround for Owasso last year. They've always been a very good top 10 type football team, but getting them over the edge in breaking that Union Jenks stranglehold, or Jenks Union as they say in some circles, and winning the first championship by someone other than Jenks or Union for the first time since 1995. SaberCats now content to just move the football, get the first down, and there goes Jaden Scott. He's going to pad those numbers. Scott going to take it to the house. 64 yards for the touchdown. No flags in the play.
And I have never seen a sideline erupt the way this sideline has. After a season last year where there was a bunch of letdown, these kids are ready for a victory, and they're excited. They're really excited, Steve.
Scott kind of working his way through the line, and once he got into the secondary, man, Dion, he turned it on and he was gone. There was nobody going to catch him. He showed us what a great arm he has, and right there, it was a long touchdown run. Again, I believe it was from the 34-yard line, so 66 yards on the play. He had a 59-yard touchdown pass earlier. So just in those two plays right there, 125 yards on the night and a lot more in between, and that will seal it as the SaberCats extend their lead on the extra point, now on top 27-10 with just 54 seconds remaining.
I'm going to tell you right now, Steve, Oklahoma, watch out, because Southmoore has a quarterback named Jaden Scott, and he's ready to take the world by storm, baby.
What a play again. Watch him just kind of look for a hole there, and you think he's going to go down then. And great blocking up front. When he got in the secondary, all he did was just scoot away from everybody else. No chance to get him. Again, he's just a junior, and he's a big kid, 6'2", 200 pounds. Got to figure in the next year he's going to grow at least an inch and probably put on another 10, 15 pounds.
Yeah, he just walked past me over here on his way to the bench to celebrate with his teammates, and he's an impressive-looking young man.
Now, I'm going to guess as he walked by, you kind of threw your shoulders back a little bit, puffed out your chest just to let him know that you're there too, right?
Hey, man, the alpha dog got to let his presence be known, Steve. The alpha dog got to let his presence be known.
I hear you. I hear you. I can see it too. Oh, good times here at Moore School Stadium. And as Dion said, for this Southmoore squad, a team that has not won since 2016 and during an 0-10 season last year, they're going to come away with their first victory in quite some time. For Deer Creek, we saw a lot of positives from them. And head coach Wade Stanley, you know, with his past track record, he's going to have that team whipped into shape before midseason comes around, and they'll be ready for district play. And playing in 6A2, they're going to get some big victories throughout the course of the year as well. Southmoore with the kickoff. This one's going to sail into the end zone, automatic touchback. They'll bring it out to the 20, and Deer Creek will put it in play. 54 seconds remaining. SaberCats have scored the last 27 points in succession and now lead 27-10. Listening to Andy Casey recite the statistics back to our truck back there. 72 yards rushing on the night, 209 yards passing. So close to 300 total yards offense for Jaden Scott here tonight. Running play for Deer Creek up the middle. And he's going to get about 4 or 5 yards and then just turn back.
Handoff goes to number 18,
Handoff there to Josh Bakari.
Number 91, Corey Callum.
And 38 seconds left. Probably one more snap in this football game, and that should do it. Exciting football game again here tonight. Running play, Bakari once again. Moving towards the sidelines, he goes down inbounds. The clock will continue to run. And that will more than likely be the final play of our football game here tonight. Jeremy Stark. Come on, Jeremy, give us that big smile. As the SaberCats, they get the first down, so they stop the clock. They'll restart it again. The coaches have already made their way over to where the football is, the far side. There you can see them with the blue shirts. And they'll get one more snap off here. Clock has started running again, and they probably won't get that snap off, and indeed they will not. That's it. Our final score once again. Southmoore with the victory tonight as they rally from a 10-0 deficit to get the victory. Our final score, 27-10. The SaberCats win it over the Deer Creek Antlers. Teams going through the line, the procession there. Coaches will congratulate each other. Sometimes they have a word or two for the opposition, usually not too very much, and we'll get Jeremy Stark to come over to our cameras and share some time with us. But it's a feeling he hasn't had, as you can see right there, sharing that with his players, with his coaches. It was a bitter disappointment for them last year, and they have rebuilt and opened up the season with a big victory at home against Deer Creek. Of course, they still have games against their rivals, Moore and Southmoore, coming up. Let's go back down to the field. Once again, Dion Amade.
Coach, you said it before when we came out of halftime. We just got to execute, do our job, start shooting ourselves in the foot, and we got this. What did you think about your team's performance in the second half?
I'm so pleased, and I'm overcome with emotions right now. It's been a long time, man. It's been a year, 9 months, 27 days since we've been on the upside of the scoreboard, man. So I'm overcome with emotions right now. I'm so proud of the way that we battled back, you know, and we didn't make those mistakes in the second half that we made in the first half. And I told the guys at halftime, we eliminate those, and we're going to be fine. And that's exactly what we did, man. It's awesome. It's a long time coming. These guys have put in so much work in the offseason, and they bought in heart and soul to what we've been preaching and what we've been doing. And it's so awesome to see, you know, the fruits of their labor pay off tonight. So I'm so proud of these guys.
And it was a fun game to watch, and I'm continuing to watch for the rest of the season. Good luck, Coach, and have some fun.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys being here.
Back to you, Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Dion. Congratulations to Jeremy Stark and the Southmoore SaberCats. A fine performance tonight here once again. And the guy who was our MVP of the game, of course, it's the quarterback, Jaden Scott. Dion?
Jaden Scott, you made it look easy, my man. Throwing the ball, passing the ball. You did it all tonight. What did you think about your performance?
I think we look pretty good. It just shows that all the hard work we've done this summer is paying off, and it feels really good to get a win.
As far as getting a win tonight and looking through the rest of the season, what do you think you need to improve on and your offense needs to improve on as a whole?
I feel like we just need to limit everything that we're doing wrong as a team, because Deer Creek, they weren't beating us. We were just beating ourselves in the first half. We got the ball 3 times in the first half, and we're only down by 3 at first. We just need to limit our own mistakes, and we'll be fine.
So going on to the rest of the season, having some fun and getting the first victory, what do you think about your chances on the playoff and the rest of the season?
I think it's looking pretty good. Just keep putting in the work, and it'll show at the end of the year.
Congratulations, my man, and good game tonight.
Thank you.
Back to you, Steve.
All right, let's take a look at some of the video on what prompted the picking for Jaden Scott as our player of the game. He had a big night. Here's Scott right here, running with the football, because he can do it both, run and throw. He showed not only his size, his speed, but also his strength. He's a keeper off the left side, and Scott's able to get into the end zone and score. That was their second TD of the contest. And then the big pass, here's the running play, where Scott is able to get away, and he opened up the gap and never looked back. Well, he did look back, but he didn't have to look very far because he outran everybody else getting into the end zone. And based on that, he is our player of the game. Congratulations to Jaden Scott for our Southmoore SaberCats. We'll take a timeout. We'll continue our post-game show. Southmoore victorious tonight as they beat Deer Creek 27-10.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork for free, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Don't let chronic lower back pain slow you down. Get moving and stay active with a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost. We also accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna, Humana, and other insurance. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare? Find out for free.
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-698-1790. That's 1-800-698-1790, 1-800-698-1790.
Friend, do you remember when it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank to expand a business, go on vacation, or buy a new car? Well, today, withdrawing your own cash has become a very risky business. According to the Secret War, banks are now required to spy on us for the government and then report any suspicious or unusual behavior. I suggest you get the Secret War free. Call the number on your screen or visit online.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Welcome back to Morris School Stadium. There one more time, you see our final score of the night. Southmoore SaberCats get the victory here this evening by a final of 27-10 over the Deer Creek Antlers. And here is our play of the game. I don't think there's much decision about this. Jaden Scott making it look easy, going downfield, 59 yards on the play to Caden Easterwood. That got Southmoore rolling. Here's another look from the field level. Threw it effortlessly and right in stride to Easterwood, who took it in for the touchdown. And Southmoore really, after that, took control of the contest. And again, they go on for the 27-10 victory tonight over the Deer Creek Antlers. Great game. Want to thank everybody here at the Moore School Stadium. There's a look at your final numbers on the night. Things evened up pretty much there at the end, but when you look at the total offense, the passing yards became the biggest differential after all. 344 to 220, so not too often the team is able to come back after a -4 on the turnover side, Dion, and still get the victory.
Yeah, that's very surprising, but when you have the athletes that Southmoore has, you can overcome a lot, and they certainly did tonight.
27-10, your final score once again here tonight as Southmoore gets the victory over the Deer Creek Antlers. Don't forget tomorrow night, Owasso at Fayetteville, Arkansas. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. You can watch it in Tulsa and Oklahoma City on Cox Channel 3 and in Northwest Arkansas on Cox Channel 76 and Channel 2076. For Deanna Amade and our entire YurView broadcast team, I'm Steve Marshall saying so long from Moore, Oklahoma, where the final score one more time, the SaberCats of Southmoore over Deer Creek, 27-10. To watch this game, entire game on replay, you can log on to YurView.com. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Game Time on YurView has been brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. Airco, the company you know. Tulsa Tech, for your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. And by Weoki Credit Union. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
Mill Creek Carpet and Tile is committed to